What's up, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of This Week in Madden Show 199. That means we have one show to go until show 200. 200. Gibbs, you just want to kick this thing off with a fire tip, or do you want to just wait a second?
No, we told the people that we're going to give them...
Chad is here.
Chad's
you
here.
should follow the channel here on Twitch so that you get notified when we go live.
Yep.
And that way you'll know when the fire tips get flown in. You'll be ready to go. So, this is for the people that follow the channel. Show up on time every Wednesday night at 8. Gibbs, what playbook are you in on offense?
I'm going back to the Miami Dolphins playbook, which... I ran into this scheme with a little story before I picked the play.
Okay.
I ran into this scheme on stream probably about a week and a half ago. I think it was like last Saturday or the Saturday before that. And the guy was running gun empty bunch, and he would read if I was a man, and he'd go to this one play. Every time I went to man, he would go here, and he was just go to the same route consistently, and it was really difficult to defend. And then he'd see me in zone. And then he would audible to a play that beat zone, and then he would get one-on-one situations downfield. And it was a really tough scheme. He ended up beating me. And I was like, wow, I remember using that scheme for Madden 15 at the beginning of the year when we were trying to find, like, how do we beat man? How do you consistently do this? Like, how do you beat the flat zones? And this route was one that we went to and used. So without further ado,
Tonight on TWIM 199.
199. This is the best route in Madden 16 that nobody uses. We are the Miami Dolphins offensive playbook. We're going to the gun formation, the gun empty bunch, and we're taking a look at the play on our screen here, bunch out. And what's really specific about this play, Farles, everyone loves running cover 2-man, so go ahead, call your cover 2-man, call your press. Always call the press. You can set up however you want. And the route we want to specifically take a look at here is Eddie Lacy. And this is a speed out from a very unique part of the field.
First in YouTube comments, I run speed outs.
You run speed outs, but this speed out can't be pressed. So that makes it a very, very fickle beast to beat. And when you have a halfback with all that speed and all that hip power by Farles in defense, you get fumbles. But... go ahead, try and press, try to get him aligned there. It's a unique spot in the field. He's in a bunch alignment. It makes it really difficult for the defense to kind of key in and get to a spot. You know, every once in a while, you'll get a press. Like right there, you get a press, but good job by Force. But see how the speed out always wins.
Yeah, he's still going to win on a cut.
Right. So this is a very difficult route to defend that really requires, because of how tight it is on the field, most speed outs are on the outside part of the field, so you have the sideline to help you defend it. Mm-hmm. This speed out allows you to catch the ball, rack up field, and get some yards.
And if you're on the short side of the field, it's probably not as dangerous of a throw. I know people rely on those routes on the outside of the field. Yep. And they can toe tap them and get him inside. Eddie Lacy's now fumbled 3 times.
It's Eddie Lacy, that's a problem with him. But so here's how my opponent ran the setup of this play. He would take his tight end here, Rodgers, and he would put him on a drag. Okay, and then he had the opposite side of the field. I'm not really too concerned. The left side, I'm sure it was some combination of a streak like this and like he put like an in like this or a slant, and then he would motion. He'd use a quick motion like this, because then he could go to the drag, he'd go to the slant, or he could go here. Now, what ended up happening was he would. I would drop my safety. That was my first move. I'm going to drop my safety. I'm not going to worry about him checking deep. But then the problem was he had his outside receiver here where he could then go up top and get one-on-one situations, right? So now you have an instant problem. Okay, where am I going to find the resource? Okay, well, the resource then came from dropping the defensive lineman on that side into a flat zone. So go ahead and drop him into a flat for me when you get a shot here. So, no, not him, the rushing linebacker on the right side.
This guy.
Yes, so drop him into a flat. But here's the problem with this. Like, I would drop him into a flat, but like he gets outside of the flat. So then I had to like manually move him over there.
And then it's clear you're taking dudes off the line.
So then he would be using another guy. I would drop a spy. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, he's not going to run very effectively. But this has got the quarterback draw from this formation, so I just get pancaked unless you get your lineman to do that. But it was really difficult to defend, so then I would switch up and go to zone. Well, then every time he'd go to zone, he'd go to 4 verticals. And he would attack me downfield vertically, and he'd have 3 options now where he can get one-on-one situations downfield. He'd really spread the defense out, and it was really hard to stop the overall scheme. And it looked like it was something that he had ran all season long because he was able to decipher, okay, cover 2, no, cover 3, okay, man-to-man, and it made it really difficult to defend what he was doing. Kudos to him for beating me wherever you are. I forget his name, but this is the best route right here in Madden 16 that nobody
Dolphins
uses.
playbook, gun empty bunch. Is it
out.
in the
No.
Vikings?
No.
So they don't have this. They have this formation, but not this play.
They have this formation. Someone
This route.
fact check me on that. I don't believe it's in the Vikings playbook, but this is. I mean, it really is. When you look at it, it's all it is a speed out. It's a speed out. But it's in a unique spot in the field. Like, what? Why not motion it over here? Like, let's motion over there. Bang! Just getting speed routes all over the place.
Right. That's pretty cool.
I think you can even motion them to the right.
Give that a shot, guys. If you're having trouble beating man-to-man,
Look
keep
at that
an eye
motion.
out for this gun empty bunch. It's going to be great probably in the early part of next season if it stays in because people won't have that pressure quite yet. But even this makes it tough to throw against because you have quick reads. So if you think you can get it done with no extra blockers, then go for it. Give this a shot. We've been using this since Madden 15?
Madden 15, the speed bunch out.
Madden 15, the gun bunch.
The gun empty bunch is one of the best
gun empty bunch.
formations in the game. I would say pound for pound, this is the best formation in the game. Where Madden 16 falls short is all the interior gap pressures, where you really need a halfback. So that's one place where I think it falls short. Like, I wouldn't sleep on it. Like, if it comes out and you can be able to run this in Madden 17, if it's there, like, I wouldn't sleep on this formation.
Give me QB draw.
The QB draw is so good from this set. Like, it's really good. Like, you need a fast quarterback, but you have all those guys on the right side of the field, and they just lead block for you. And you can motion Lacey in and get a lead blocker in the interior if you want. Like, right here, extra blocker, up the gut. Done.
Right. All right, guys, that's the first tip of the night, but we have a bunch more coming. Remember, you can submit your questions to the mailbag. We've also got special guest in the chat. Wild is here from the Madden Championship. You guys saw him make quite the run in the event, so shout out to Wild for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. Also got some other sub-hype in the building, 7 Cities. Cal Cruel's asking questions, so we're having good time here. First question in the chat, we'll take it. Cal Cruel, hey guys, looking for a new playbook to try. I've used the Cardinals and Colts. Suggestions on a fun playbook?
I think that the Dolphins playbook's really fun. Let's go into another formation. I would really recommend the Dolphins. So number one, they don't have a ton of under center, so like it's.
I'd say if you want to really have a fun playbook and you have a great MUT team at this point in the season, Wildcat is something that 3 times a game couldn't be more fun.
It's so much fun.
So like Cleveland has a full Wildcat, right?
Yep.
So I would always consider Cleveland in your options, but we're looking at the Dolphins playbook right here.
Yeah. So here's what I like about the Dolphins. They have a lot of these motion plays.
Yeah.
They're just, for me, they're fun because like it adds another element. So like you have this motion inside zone, you have the motion bubble screen to complement it, a motion double post play, couple screen passes out of the set, the halfback cross buck, which is nice to have in complementing with the inside zone. So there's a lot of different things you can do running wise from that set. You got the Gun Ace Twins offset, one of the better formations in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know how Bugs runs it. We gave that tip one time on TWIM. What else do we have? This formation here. Tray offset right here, where you have these motion right here. So you can run inside zone. It has a very unique quick audible up stick. Notice the halfback on an angle pattern. Another unique route that's very unique to this playbook.
Level sail's a good play.
Verticals with
the drag is
without
nice.
the play action. The drag is stock, which is really nice. But I absolutely love what you get here from this gun tray offset with the halfback screen, the motion halfback screen. We get the blockers. If you get zone, really really effective. And then there's another open set where we can go over here. I think it's this formation. Right here. Here's another example where you can use those halfback motion swings. From gun tray open offset, you have some routes on the right that help you beat zone with the corner, and then put a streak, and then you have the auto motion, which is the flat. but then you combo that with halfback swing, and this is a set that has an inside zone where you can run the ball really effectively. And then let's take a look at this play. FL dig, very unique. These are really difficult. This is that 4 vertical style route, but it runs outside. So what's really great about this? Let's go here. Let's go 4 verticals.
Yes.
Right. Then but come out in this play, and then which way is he going? Bang! He's going opposite side. So there's a lot of uniqueness in this Dolphins playbook. It's untapped. I sort of feel bad that I left it early part of the year. I needed more security, but I mean, there's a lot you can do with this. The bunch is unique. The bunch has this Miami sail play, which is very unique. The outside receiver, you see it's like a deep speed out. That's a very unique route that you're going to find in multiple formations in this playbook. If you go over to gun tight offset, you're going to find it here. A Miami sail again. Notice that deep speed out.
Yeah.
Used as motions. So there's a lot of uniqueness in this playbook, and I think it's very underutilized playbook. It's very underutilized playbook in Madden 16.
So give that a shot. Remember, give the Browns a shot. Tavares, thank you very much for the sub-hype along with Jack Gregg, bringing it back. OS Millennium popped in for one. We got Arc Ground Game in the building. He's got a question coming up in the mailbag. CB Allen gave us a tweet earlier. So, guys, thank you very much.
Wait. He's CB Allen? No way.
C Ballin?
He's C Ballin.
We don't know.
Wait, is he? Wait, no. Is it CB Allen or is it C Ballin? I've been calling him C Ballin forever.
Maybe it is.
That's diabolical. If it's CB Allen, my mind is blown. Because that would mean his name is Allen, and that was the furthest thing I thought what his name was. I was like, oh yeah, C Ballin, he's ballin'. I'm dying to know. You gotta let us know, C Ballin, CB Allen.
Yeah, Ty Webb. Miami has kind of that same all shotgun style formation playbook. So that's why it isn't for some people. There is a lot of good playbooks. You don't really have any I form. You don't have a ton of under center. So if you're not a huge shotgun guy and you're not willing to kind of mix up the formations, and you don't like Philly, you're probably not going to like Miami. But
correct.
If you're not going to like the Vikings, you're not going to like the Jets. To each their own. These playbooks weren't hugely popular this year, but they definitely were a change of pace, and they did contain most of the new plays in the game this year.
Check out Miami Sail real quick. Let's just see what it looks like. So look at how deep of a speed out this is. Go ahead and call press. Call press.
He's got a little tail at the start of it too.
I think he'll get pressed. No, it doesn't get pressed.
That's interesting.
Look at that. That's money.
It's pretty nice.
That's a very good route. One of the most underutilized playbooks in the game. Tell me this isn't a great combo right here. That's not a great play. Just one drag, probably power block and one drag. You got a post, 2 double drags, route on the right that's not going to get beat or pressed. Very difficult to defend.
Dusandino uses the B route all year. So
whoa, wait a second. And look at the quick out roll.
That angle play I don't love.
Great in the red zone.
Good in the red zone.
Great in the red zone.
Every time I see it, I'm like, this is the one. And then it doesn't work.
That's really good right there.
Very good in the red zone. I don't disagree, but I'm saying these tight end angle plays, I see them quite a bit, and I get pretty jacked up, and then they don't deliver for me.
And it's got halfback base, which is better to have than a sweep or a draw.
Yeah.
Not a great run, but
could be worse.
Yeah.
Could be worse. All right, let's jump into the mailbag tonight, Gibbs. We got a lot of good questions. We're going to need our computers. We're going to need our brains.
Okay, I can bring those.
We're going to need our hearts.
I always bring my heart. There's one thing that no one ever questioned about me. It's bring in the heart.
All right, here we go. First question tonight comes in from Steeltown. He wants to know who will be the new Dre Archer in Madden 17. He wants a sleeper for his squad.
Dre Archer?
So,
right?
Let's think about this real quick. The reason Dre Archer was so effective for some players was because he was a speed-based halfback. He didn't cost a ton because he was bronze. So what he says when he needs another Dre Archer is he needs a guy with 97 speed.
Correct.
Who's not going to break the bank.
Not only 97 speed, but good agility acceleration as well to match.
Good agility, good
guys
acceleration.
Had good speed but didn't match it, and then they were kind of forgotten about.
Yana Yankee in the chat saying Jakeem Grant from the Dolphins could be a guy.
We
have to see his 40 time. It makes him
Gotta have to see his
baseless projections. But the quickest player in college football is the first YouTube video that pops up for Jakeem Grant. It says he ran a 4.38. That's not going to get him where he needs to be.
4.38. That's pretty good.
That's good. It's not great.
Yeah, just take a look. You keep talking. Like, who do you think it could be?
So if I'm thinking, there's a guy I really liked last year by the name of Mario Alford. I believe Mr. Hurricane set me up with Mario Alford. I think he played on his college team. I think he was a rookie last year. He was on the Bengals. I used him as a kick returner. Now, I didn't follow his rookie year on the Bengals. Like, I didn't track his career. But I think he could be another guy. Look, I think trucking backs will hopefully be more effective next season. We're going to talk about the new run moves coming up in the game this year. So I don't know if speed will be as important. Speed in every single year of Madden has progressively gotten a little less important. Still always important, still always great to have. Fast players in the NFL, always great to have. But until you could really get... You see how the game plays?
Mm-hmm.
In, like, is route running going to matter? Is catching going to matter at halfback? Like, what's going to change in the overall formula?
Right.
We won't have. So I am a big Mario Alford fan. He'd be my guy. I'm probably going to use him as a kick returner. I don't like to give the ball to a Dre Archer because he fumbles.
It's so scary. It's terrifying.
And it feels good until it bites you.
Yeah.
So
although
that's
Madden
my
16,
danger.
Madden 16 itself wasn't a big game for fumbles. Like, in general, so you saw a little less of that. Two guys on my list. I'm gonna go a guy like J.J. Nelson on the Cardinals.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go Corey Grant.
So you're thinking J.J. Nelson like a Perryman style?
Yes.
Okay.
We know he's fast. We saw everything that he brought to the table. Like, I think he could be a guy that is in that world. Like you're saying, Alford. We just need one of these guys to come out and have a good week. First good week.
Yeah.
Like, give me one good week. Give me a kick return so he can get a nice little lineup, Corey Grant on the Jaguars.
All right, that's S. Gibbs' pick for the new Dre Archer. And we will be breaking down budget players, sleepers, everything over on this channel as the game gets closer to release, so don't forget to follow the channel. Oh. Next, mailbag question. This one is from Yes, I'm the GOAT. This was an early question. He's thinking early in the season in MUT. Do you want to aim for style or aim for higher overall?
It's a good question. I would always, in most situations, I'm going to tell you aim for overall.
I'm also going to say in the bulk of situations, aim for overall. Now, I don't have any information about style, but in the last 3 years the games come out, I've always said go for... I don't even say overall. I don't even say go for overall.
Get the best players out there.
Get the best players that do the best things in the best positions to make plays when the time strikes. So let me see that play that you had earlier, Gibbs. So this is my thought for
bunch
Ultimate
out.
Team. Yeah, so for example, bunch out, right? You're going to run this play. You're going to say you figure out, wow, people are going to play man majority of the time. I need route running.
Yep.
In which of these 5 positions do I need route running?
Mm-hmm.
There's a QB draw. I need a fast quarterback. How often am I throwing deep downfield? How often am I going to go one-on-one? Do I need run blocking in this formation? If this is my base. Like, I'm going to go through all 6, 7 important positions aside from line. So for linemen, I would go all pass block guys.
Right.
Favored. The best I can get. I'm not going to have the best guys at the start of the year.
If you're going to go down empty bunch, because the likelihood of you running the ball is reduced.
Then you're going to have, Randall Cobb. You're going to put him on that slant route so he gets the route running on his cut. Then you're going to get Jordy Nelson. He's going to be your one-on-one downfield guy. And then you're going to get, a better halfback. You're going to go find a Shane Vereen on the auction house.
You got to run one tight end. So you want a tight end that is fast. You want a Ladarius Green,
Right. So does hit the route he's going to run? Is it going to take route running, or is it going to be a drag? And you can maybe grab a Vernon Davis who's fast but doesn't have great route running. So that's what I say to do when the start of MUT happens. I don't aim for overall first, and I don't usually aim for style first, especially in this year's game. I go for unique positions and unique ratings. And then once your team fills out and you got enough depth and there's enough players in the pool where you start to really be selective,
you got the dogs.
That's where you can go. So that's an example of like what I would look to do if that was going to be my base scheme.
Yep.
You know, do I need 2 halfbacks? Yes, no, probably not for this.
Right.
But if I was going to run the motion, you know, the 2-back that we showed earlier, then you would want 2 backs. You might want a speed one, might want a fast one. Who knows? And that's what I really liked about with like classic teams or, you know, just like ranked teams. As you start to pick your team, you're like, ooh, I think I really could like the Packers, or I could really like the Panthers. Their defense lets me run this way or that way. When I switch over to the Bills, they don't have that rusher with 90 excel, and therefore my scheme kind of gets weak. Like you're missing a couple of the puzzle pieces, and your scheme gets worse. You run the same plays, but your scheme just gets slightly worse.
A little bit worse.
And then you play a guy and you're like, it's not working. Why?
You
and
score,
it's like, oh, I missed
You
that.
score 24 points a game, not 28. And then how does that affect you? So
Yeah.
go off a tip that I once heard from Eric Problem Wright. This was 3-4 years ago. We were hanging out in the summer, writing the guide, the strategy guide.
Yep.
We were just chatting. I think you were there, hanging out, playing Madden 15 hours a day in the summer. And we were just saying, hey, you know, how do you build a team? I go, and my recommendation, I said, well, I have to make sure that I have my exact offense.
Right.
I have to make sure that I have my quarterback, my halfback. Like, I get my offense, and then I worry about my defense, and I look to optimize, like, what teams offensively can I use, and then what are those teams' defensive options, and then kind of go from there. Usually there's 3 or 4 teams that fit the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Problem flipped it on my head, and he goes, oh, no, I go completely opposite. I go, give me my best defense I can get, and trust me, I can always make offense work.
That's when he's using the Niners mainly.
That was Niners, and they had all that hit power, all those pass rushers, all that zone coverage.
D linemen.
And I'll never forget that. His general feedback about that was, I can make any offense work.
Good enough.
I can make any offense good enough. I agree with that. I don't think you can make any defense good enough. I think you can make many offense good enough with the way you play the game.
Do you think you saw a lot of reverse of that this year, though, with people in like draft champs and salary cap? Like, I'm going to get caught on downfield, whether or not I have Pat Pete or, you know, we heard that strategy. None of those players ended up making it to the finals.
Yes,
and
that's
none
true.
of those players that said, I need Jimmy Garoppolo.
All those people that said
that guy also didn't make it either. So
all of them.
They said it, their gameplay on the field, they were good, but they didn't make it to the next round. But do you feel like that matters? Like, it kind of went the opposite way this year, but I think the problem advice is sound advice.
I think it's fair. I think it's sound advice. I think you need to don't necessarily look at, oh, I need to do offense, I need to do defense. I would say just kind of think of the mentality of like what he's trying to say. Like it could be very much so catered to the game. Like I think you're right with 16.
Right.
It did kind of flip itself. So I would say get the new game, play it, kind of determine where's the meta falling, where's it lying, and then really make sure that on one side of the ball, like you are completely locked in. Like you have no doubts. Like if you think it's a defensive game, you go ahead and get yourself a defense.
Yeah,
if you think it's an offensive game, go and get yourself.
I like
an
that.
offense.
I like that because like you look at a guy like Spot Me Please, his offense. You know, he said if I'm gonna win this thing, he's gonna score every drive.
Right.
You know, he might score 42, give up 35.
Right.
If your problem, I'm going to get a stop every time, and I'm going to at least get a field goal. I'm going to drive downfield, I'm going to waste the clock, and it's going to be a grind-out battle.
Right.
So whatever your strength is, build towards that, or whatever way you think the game is going, or whatever you want.
Here's a question off of that, though. Do you think that you, like, I run gun bunch every year for the most part. Like, I gravitate towards it, I go to it, I want it, like, do you think year to year it's appropriate to gravitate to those things, or like do you think it's more appropriate to feel the game, play it, see what's gonna work, see how things develop? Like you can't 2 years ago, perfect example. Strong powers, best runs ever. So then you get the game, everyone's looking at the playbooks, like, oh, look at this playbook, so many strong powers, I can run but then it doesn't work, and then you're like, well, there goes strong powers, and how good are strong powers?
Yeah, a lot of those times, those players that were flashes in the pan disappear. Right. I think like a guy. Remember like Russ Bus? Like he used to run like 09.
Dude, no, don't you ever talk bad about Russ Bus.
No, he was good, but I'm saying like
Russ Bus was good.
He was good in
I can't believe you just
09,
dropped that
10,
name
11.
on me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he was one of the best, man.
But people get
bus.
If their first year on the game
Is their best year.
Problem. In a specific way, they get the new game. They're like, this game stinks. Strong power's not good. This game stinks. It's like, no, the game doesn't stink. You stink.
No, yeah.
Or you don't want to adapt, or like you want to remember the old times. Whereas like the veterans who like problems like if problem comes out next year, a fullback dive that he ran, like he's okay. What's next?
Problem didn't come out and run bear under after Madden 13.
Didn't run
he tried
stink pinch in Madden since what I mean.
He didn't run stink pinch after Madden 09. So will he run one nickel 2-4-5 next year? Will he run crossfire? Like the answer is going to be most likely no, because the new meta is going to develop, and that's the best part about Madden though. Like I can't wait. Let me just tell you what I can't wait for. You know what I can't wait for, because I know this is going to happen. It's going to be whatever the day is we start playing. So we'll just say it's August 23rd, right? We're gonna lock ourselves in this room. Probably, I'll be laid over there on that couch. You'll be here. I'll have that TV face to me. You'll have this TV here. We'll have the stream fired up.
Yes.
We're gonna be building our MUT teams. I'm gonna be in practice mode labbing. You're gonna be going through solo challenges, chirping at the chat, saying that you're a man of the people. I'm gonna be over there in the lab just grinding and talking about, oh boys, I think I found a great little play out of gun trio. And then, what's the play? That's what I can't wait for. That day is coming. That day is coming, boys.
It's coming quick.
Type 1 in the chat if you're ready. I'm excited for that day. Let's go.
Favorite gamer hype?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Next question in the mailbag. I don't even know if we fully answered that one, but I think you got what we're saying. This one is from 7 Cities. He hit us with the sub hype earlier. 7 Cities. We just talked about it, but Gibbs, how are you spending your first hour with the game and then your first day with Madden 17? His question is like, all right, you pre-order, you bring it home. Do you get in practice mode? Do you get in? How are you gonna get good?
I mean,
how are you gonna get good fast?
Every year, no different. Every year, doesn't matter how old I am. There's always the ritual of what you gotta do. I don't think you have a case here. But let's just pretend we have a case, right? So you get the game, you look at it, you're like getting hyped, you sit down, you open up the game.
Don't do it.
You open up the game.
Don't do it.
And then you just give it a big old.
No.
You just smell it.
That's how you spend your first hour with it?
No. That's the first thing I do with the game.
Okay.
You smell it. You gotta. There's a thing like you smell it. You can smell all the hours gone. All the work, all the sweat, the tears, everything.
You're like
smell it.
You're like, is that a hint of like?
That's a hint of inside
is that like Manaline? Is that RG's Manaline?
I think.
Is that Will Sykes?
No, there are
competitive gaming blog mixed in. No, there's no double drip in this.
No, there's wait. Let me get a sniff.
Is there strong power there in that model?
No, there's definitely notes of new zone coverages though.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm getting fine notes of definitely fresh new tennis ball.
Is there any Perryman?
Fresh new tennis ball.
Perryman.
Ooh. Oh, ooh.
Yeah?
Ooh, that's something I've never even smelled before. Ooh, you're gonna have to wait though to find out what that is. Give that. Oh,
I smell that.
Yeah, see, very first thing you do though. That's what you gotta do.
Good question from Ty Webb. If you smell it, if you download it, what do you smell?
Listen. That's the day we live in. It's like going outside and everyone's playing Pokemon Go. No one talking to people. Like, back when I was a kid, yesteryear, we would get hard copies. We'd go to our local GameStop, get a game, open it, smell it. That's the best part.
All right.
Really though?
Yeah.
We'll reset it.
But for real though, how? So from 7 Cities, the man with the sub hype earlier, how are you spending your first hour and day with Madden 17 so you can be the best? I think was his question.
Yeah. Very first thing I do. This is ritual every single year. I go directly to rosters, and I just get a feel for the overall shape and flow of the game. So I want to take a look at what the depth charts are.
You go to the main menu though, and you go to like all teams, and you start looking at like halfback, and you're like.
No, my first combos I look at as corners every year. I always look for the team that has show me the corners, because I want to have a mental note of like, okay, here's the team with the best corners. Okay, Cardinals. This is Madden 16, but Cardinals have Honey Badger and Patrick Peterson. Okay, that's a great combo. I'm gonna feel good about that. And then from there, I then go look at my quarterback, halfback, and then the power receiver option. Like, what team gives me a mobile quarterback that is accurate? What team then gives me a halfback that's like really serviceable, that's good out of the backfield? And then what team gives me like a power option? So the example there that I would think, like, we have, do we have the Panthers right here?
Yeah.
So,
No,
we don't have the Panthers. But for example, like in Madden 16, Panthers, you look at, they got Cam Newton, they got Jonathan Stewart, and then you got a guy like Kelvin Benjamin. So like, okay, check there. And then in 16, they got Josh Norman, right? So,
right.
Those are the things I look at. I like to look through all the rosters. After I'm done looking at the rosters, I then go to customized playbooks, and I spend my time looking through all the playbooks and saying, ooh, like I take notes of like, okay, that playbook had a unique formation I've never seen before. I'm gonna definitely want to get in the lab and try that. And then I take notes of, here are the top 10 playbooks I want to go in and practice with.
Yes.
And then from there, after I go through all the customized playbooks, I then look at practice mode and I go methodically. I start labbing, just labbing. And I usually don't play a game for first couple days.
So that's how Gibbs is going to spend his first couple hours with the game. For me, I'm going to hop on. I'm going to play just as much as possible. I'm going to run just a really watered down scheme. I'm going to look for one play, for one run play that gives me a couple options, one pass play that gives me some options, and then I look for, screen passes, wide receiver screens, little stupid concepts that work every year because they're real football. So they're not dumb, but like they're not going to be the best stuff you run later in the year, but they're always going to work at the start, right? And you make people have to look out for that screen pass because no one has like the full 7 plays, 10 plays they're going to run. So you do that with the halfback screens. You mess up the formations. You find your best 3 plays. You run them over and over and over until you realize like, this one is good or this one's not good, or I need this adjustment if it's 3rd and long, or this is the counter to that, or what other playbooks have this, and you just play as many games as you can in that time, and it makes you better at the end of the day. So that's how I'm going to spend my first 24 hours.
Boom.
All right, here we go. Next question in the mailbag. This one is coming in from Bodie Seeker. He wants to know, do you have any guesses as to the best run and pass playbooks for Madden 17? So we talked a little bit about Madden 17 playbooks last week. We don't know exactly what the playbooks are going to be all about. We don't have any intel yet, but we do know generally that, like a team like the Cardinals, right? They had a really good offense last year. They made a deep run in the playoffs. In the past, a team like the Patriots, who made the Super Bowl run all the way into the Super Bowl the year before, they got some updated playbooks. So I expect some teams that made some deep runs to get updated playbooks. But we'll have to see exactly what becomes of it. Now, for running playbooks, I'm always going to look at a team. We showed earlier the Dolphins playbook in 16. They don't have any under center, or much under center, no I form. The Eagles are now probably the 49ers with Chip Kelly going over there.
Yeah.
Like they'll probably change up to what he has. So like I don't expect them to be good run playbooks from a true run perspective.
More of a trinket.
Yeah, you have like a shotgun run style playbook, which is those teams like the Eagles, Niners, Dolphins, Jets. Then you have like a ground and pound. We use a fullback still team that has I form with like off tackle and toss and dives and stuff like that. So those are those 2 type of run playbooks. Then you have like your pass heavy teams. The Pats, they pass almost every down. Maybe the Colts, they pass a pretty good chunk of the time.
Well, see, that's where you and I differ right there. I always tend to think right now, like the past couple of years, I think Colts, because my memory says, they are the ones that had the iForm Hulk added in. So
True.
I'm like, they are probably going to have it again. I'm going to gravitate towards that.
Right.
Unless it's something like, they didn't run it at all, and then they take it out or something. So, but like I try to remember the formations. Like I think that's a really good point. Like I try to remember what playbooks had those like true beef run formations. Like Colts have iForm Hulk. The Rams have a strong eye twins Hulk, where it's like they have a tight end lined up left and then a tackle on the right, but it's a strong alignment. So those are the things that I try and think of, and I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna really run the ball, because sometimes those formations have dominated. Those formations have dominated Madden years past, like really ground out run formations.
Right, especially early in the year.
Mm-hmm.
With the new run gap defense,
Yeah.
you have the new gap assignments on defense in Madden 17. Who knows how easy it is for people to play run defense? Is it going to be hard? Is it going to be easy? Are they going to make adjustments and mess something up? Who knows? We don't know how that's going to shake out. So I'm going to give my best chance to pound the ball early in the season. But we'll have more info on the playbooks for you guys coming up. But for now, my guess would be, whether you want that shotgun run style or you want the under center run style, that's going to be two different things. And then pass heavy, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Cardinals book brings. And then any other team who kind of had, a nice run into the playoffs. All right, next question in the mailbag. We got a bunch more coming tonight. This one is from Blue Sports. He wants to know which team will be the best in Madden 17 based on the new features of the game. So
that's tough.
It's tough to say. You've got new zone coverage, and then you've got some run moves. So I've got a couple picks as to teams that I think will improve. I think the Panthers are going to have a pretty nice defense with zone coverages. I think a guy like Luke Kuechly in the middle is going to just get better and better. The fact that he now can play 3 different types of yellow zones, hook zones across the middle, can actually adjust him to see where he want to go, and he'll kind of identify and see what's going to happen. I think the Panthers could improve. Obviously, they don't have the best corner situation anymore, but I still think they're going to be pretty nice. Now, as far as run moves go, the Vikings are going to be a team on the move. The Rams with Todd Gurley are a team that's going to be on the move. And
Le'Veon Bell.
In the Steelers and Le'Veon Bell. So those are 3 things, just because of run moves, I think are going to play really, really nice. And anytime you got Gronk on the cover, and last year we had Odell. Yep. We had some spec catches. This year you got Gronk, you got tight end.
That's everyone's favorite bugaboo.
That's when everyone thinks, they're going to make the game. Hit stick, Ray Lewis, 05.
It must be a tight end
big
game.
year for tight ends. Who knows?
It must be a tight end game. That's always the number one thing people
Isn't every Madden game a tight end game?
Always. Every Madden game.
Tight ends are always tough to
Tight ends where you make your money.
So those are my picks, but I don't know if you had any.
I like to look at the Seahawks, defensively with all the new zones. They're going to have a lot, they have Brandon Browner again.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to have Sherman. You're going to have Chancellor. You brought back Legion of Boom. You have all that height. The zone coverage, all the new options you have. I'm really excited about what the Seahawks defensively can bring to the table.
Definitely. All right, this is a great question from Arc Ground Game. It's going to take us a second to break it down, but he wants us to compare Madden 16 versus Madden 17 running controls. So this is a very, very good question. Our ground game wants to bring his ground game back in Madden 17. So if we look at Madden 16, you have the run controls, Gibbs. So call a run play here. Inside zone is the most popular run, but as far as the moves you can do, you have some precision moves. You have some regular moves. You can just tap B and do a regular spin. You can tap L trigger and do maybe a precision spin. There's a stiff arm.
That was a dope stiff arm.
Stiff arm, not the most powerful move, but basically, Madden 16 boils down to one move, right?
Double juke.
The double juke. So give us a double juke if you have figured out how to do it by this point in the season.
I know how to do it. Why taking shots at me?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
I was, for the fans. So this is, Madden 16, yes, there are other moves, but over time, it's just you have the most success double juking. So everyone kind of does that, even though it's it's a little more effective than say the spin. I really liked the spin last year.
Yeah,
it's not quite the same this year.
You like to see Forrest whoop is what you like. I don't think Lacey.
Yeah, he's not really a double juke guy.
That was a good one.
But you get a little double juke, so that's pretty much what you need to know. Our ground game about 16, especially with the ratings the way they are in MUT at this point in the season. Double juking is the most effective way to go.
It's vicious.
But if we look into Madden 17, you've got this blog on special on new ball carrier moves. So you have a new fake out interaction system. So the important thing to know about this is you can actually fake out multiple players on one play. So that's one of the big changes. That's your first big change, right? Your second big change is that you have elite moves. So if a player has a corresponding move in the 90s, you're actually going to get an elite style move or a special move. So Deshaun Jackson has 98 juke move, he's able to probably get different jukes. He is able to get different spins, not stiff arms because he has 45. So you'll get some different ratings depending on the 70s and the 80s. That's the second most important thing to know. The first being the multiplayer fakeouts. Now, the last thing is the mechanics. And this is huge arc round game. You should be studying up right now. The first thing you need to know is that there's 4 special move types in Madden 17. You have standard moves, speed moves, precision moves, and steerable moves. So you have just regular standard moves, which, you have spin, stiff arm, dive, hurdle, juke, back truck, and truck. These, you just press the button. So if you want just a regular spin, just tap B, and you'll get a regular spin move. Speed moves are quicker, and they can be pulled while you're running at full speed. Now to do these, you only hold the right trigger and then tap B, and that will give you a quicker speed spin, say. Then you have the precision modifier, which is similar to how it is in this year's game, Madden 16. If you hold down the left trigger and then you tap B, you will do a more precision move, and this will obviously talk about the second most important thing is the rating. So if you have that 90 rating and you do a precision spin, you're going to get a different spin than if you're in the 70s or 400 pounds, say. Now these moves can fake out more defenders, but they open you up to risk for stamina, fumbles, and injuries. And then lastly, this is looking good. You have special moves. So these are steerable, modifier, and utility moves. You do these by holding left trigger and right trigger. They're steerable. The steerable moves offer most control, and you can utilize the left stick to kind of steer where they go. But these moves don't use the fake out interaction system. They're more based on the defender's pursuit. Now, these have just a regular risk for fumble and stamina and injury. But not every move's steerable, but the spin is, the juke is, the back juke is, and the truck is. Now, lastly, you have your utility moves, which is left trigger, right trigger. You have the ability to celebrate, which you could do last year. You can slide with the quarterback, and you can give up the ball carrier. So, hurdle's not steerable, but if you use both, you get the precision hurdle. So, pretty crucial. The last thing to notice about Madden 17 are tackle battles. I think tackle battles are a huge part of the game that people are not going to be ready for on day one. So you guys watching this show right now are in good position because you're aware that a tackle battle, a random face button will appear on the screen if you get locked up in a standing tackle. And by you being ready to press that,
be on your toes.
It's weird.
I want to say that I'm going to predict that you're going to be one of the worst in the world at that.
I'm not good at it because I usually put my controller down.
This is what I was playing and just. Pay attention.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose a lot of tackle battles. So those are the most important things. If you're a new player or you play on rookie or casual, you'll see this kind of run arrow that will help the projected path of where you're going. But for the most part, you do have auto moves, but I really think you'll want to spend your most time mastering these 4 types of moves: the standard, the speed, the precision, and the steerable moves. And so those are the 5 big things about ball carry moves in Madden 17. And Gibbs, anything else you'd add about moves in 17 or 16? What have you been noticing? We've been teaching people to try and get out of the habit of the double juke, but I don't know if they've been listening. We want to get you into the habit of the tackle battle.
The only thing I can say, the best advice is just you gotta try everything. Like, don't go and just go, oh no, double juke, oh no, spins, no, like, try them all out. And I think what hurts a lot of people when they start playing a new game is like they worry so much about their record. They're like you shouldn't be worrying about your record for the first full week you're playing.
Right.
Like, get out there and
you're gonna win. You're gonna win a lot of games just on muscle memory and like user,
and
by not controlling your D lineman.
Right. But like you need to not be afraid to make mistakes in your early part of the first part of the season. It's gonna happen, and for the health of your and longevity of your game throughout the Madden 17 season, you need to be able to try all those things so you have an understanding of okay, no, spins are best, no, jukes are best, no, the steerable moves are best. You gotta form your own opinion.
So put Eddie Lacy on a swing to the right, and this is an example, guys. In Madden 15, this swing route was good. In Madden 16, when you caught it like that, and you couldn't spin to fake out a defender. Let me do it one more time. Let me get this guy out of here. So when Eddie Lacy catches this, he doesn't have the same momentum, and then like an insta spin didn't work, but it worked in 15. And so for a week I tried it, and I realized like, wow, I'm not getting 8 yards, I'm getting 5 yards. And all of a sudden, this isn't the best thing to do with the halfback. Then I found the table route,
Right.
and that was the route we ended up going with out of the backfield.
Right. Let's talk about halfback wheel. Same scenario. I mean, it was 3 years ago with the Z spot play, right? I mean, you'd have the halfback on a wheel, and you know this was a route where you throw it right there. But then something changed. Now they don't catch it, and now you gotta wait on the route a half second longer, and then because you have to wait on it, like now defenses can collapse and they drop the ball a lot. Eddie Lacy is giving it
Get
up.
down there, Raji. Get there, Raji.
Pat Pete's hype. He's done the math. He's like, he's not catching it. I wanted to pitch it to Pat Pete because I like him scoring, but
when they get no stamina, it's like over.
yeah. So those are the most important things to think about, and that's just a general guideline too. Is like if you try a bunch of spin moves, don't always try and double juke. Don't try some stiff arms. I think truck backs, from the limited amount of time I got to play at EA Play, I think truck backs are much better in the game this year. So try truck moves, try precision trucks, try the difference between truck moves and precision trucks. Oh, I think precision trucks cost too much stamina, or I don't like the 70 tier move, but I like the 80 tier move. I don't like the 90 tier move. I think the 80 tier move's better. I'm gonna get a guy with 80 juke, with 80 truck instead of 90, and I like his move better. It seems to break tackles in a couple quicker frames. I'm gonna try that. All those are things you'll be thinking of, and like you might not actively think them, but like you'll start to feel it over the course of playing so many games. And that's why I really like, instead of the practice mode method, like the actual like real-time gameplay of learning, of seeing the game, because like you see it in action, you see it in real time, and then you slowly start to you slowly figure it out over the course of the game. So anyway, those are the thoughts on the new run game, arc ground game. Hope that helps you bring back the ground game strong next year. All right, Gibbs. Another Madden 17 question from Sean. What will the meta be in Madden 17 MUT?
This is probably one of the most difficult questions you could ever answer about your game. I don't have a good answer. Like
you gotta play.
The meta isn't defined. I know we joke about saying you'd be the meta setter, but like you really have you can't really have a solid opinion on something until the game gets out there in the wild. Like my hunch with all the new zone coverages, my hunch is like, okay, there's a lot of tools you have now available to you with all the new zones. Like that's going to be the first thing I think people in the community gravitate towards. So if my hunch is going to go anywhere, where do I think the meta is going to be? I can't predict the meta in December. It's impossible. But what I can sort of try and forecast is people are going to, number one, they're going to try cover 2 man right out the gate.
That was good last year.
Is cover 2 man really good? All right, they're going to go right to it. So you better have man beaters once again. Number 2, I think people are going to call zone, like the upper echelon players. I think they're going to mess with those zones. And I think that it's going to cause a lot of confusion, different looks for people. And it's going to make the game feel really weird and feel really new and different. So I think the meta at a high level of Madden, not like your rookie tiers, your pro tiers, I think your all Madden first string tier is going to be, how do I utilize all these new zone coverages, and how do I take advantage of all of these tools and win with that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think every meta has already been experienced in old Maddens, in any new meta that could emerge? You'd be like, no, this is just like Madden blank.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to that.
Halfback draws are coming back. It's new, man. Halfback draws are the thing that you're like, no, bro. Halfback draws.
I think unless the one thing I will say that was a true meta set of the past couple of years that didn't really exist in the same sense is the double juke, and that's more of a function of a feature of the game. The double juke didn't exist before. You had the 05 juke. That sort of was a double juke, but that was a straight up I guess that was kind of a double juke. You know what I mean? But I think as you bring in new features, the meta this year was aggressive catch. You could say that aggressive catch was jetpacking, or it was
you could throw one catches last year, face catch.
Correct. So
not the same, but
it's not the same, but it is the same. It's not the same, but it's the same. Like, aggressive catch gave everybody the ability to face catch and to jetpack and rocket catch. That's really what it was, right? Like, the double juke this year, with people being able to do it in the past 2 years, 3 years, was the 05 juke that put people out. Like, all the blitzes, like, all the A-gaps, like, welcome to Madden 08, plug cover 1, like, welcome. 46 bear, outside blitz, like, welcome to Madden 08, A-gap pressure. Like, there's not a lot you can really you can't really reinvent the wheel. Like, think about the Wildcat when the Dolphins ran against the Patriots.
Right.
They re-brought that and introduced a new meta to football. No, they didn't. Wildcat was something used way before. Read option. Colin Kaepernick brought the read option to the NFL. No, he didn't. They used it before. It's, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think Juke had mixed point, recyclable.
Yeah.
And then depending on how the game plays, some elements of it come back, some of them don't. It all kind of depends. And that's our job, is to project what they may be. The more and more details we get about 17, we'll have. I do have some ideas, but we'll have to get closer to launch, and we'll explore that action.
The man said follows himself.
All right, here we go. Next mailbag question. Shout out to 94 Dog.
The guy.
The sub hype. Let's
the guy.
go. Let's go.
Choo-choo. Guys, as a reminder, go ahead and follow that channel, man. We are so close to 30,000. We're pretty far away, 1,400 followers. But
we can get that, though, by launch.
by launch, we got to get there by launch.
Follow that button.
Follow. Can we just start a follow train? Let's go.
All right, here we go. Next mailbag question. This one is from Mario Hoskins. Wants to know, will you be able to run versus quarters in Madden 17? Gives thoughts on that. I'm going to take a look at the Run Fits blog here over on the website.
Yeah, I think the Run Fits is something that you're going to want to really check out and kind of see how it works. I think it brings a lot of authenticity, and it makes the game feel really new and different. I've said that a couple times, but it's something when you get into the meat and potatoes of, like, when you see how Run Fits works, you want to, first thing when you get the game, I think that's a good place to kind of go towards, is how does quarters defend against the run? And when you start reading more about the changes and, like, what Run Fits does, you can get an understanding of how it's going to change the way you play in Madden 17. So I'm really excited about it. And, like, right here, this is a good example. That screen is a really good example. So if you read that paragraph above and kind of dive into that and explain. Oh, that's run left.
Yeah, so you have, not all defenses fill every gap versus every offensive formation. And if the offense comes out in goal line normal and your defense is in quarters too deep, there will be gaps that are not accounted for, because the quarters defense has more pass first players than it does run fit defenders. This blog does a good job going into who is run first, when the game will flip, sub coverages, if it's a run strength defense or a pass strength defense. And this is why I think you should run the ball first.
Right.
Because if people come out in these all-out pass sets and they don't know how to adjust and get guys up near the line of scrimmage, you can see here in this image that you have that. So
guys playing. Let me try to explain how. Let me try to explain what that blog is showing. Right. So you come out in a 3-4 formation. You have all of these defenders. This is the mindset here, Farles. Right. So you have all of these defenders, these linebackers. Their eyes are in the backfield. Their eyes are looking at the running back.
Right.
So therefore, they can have a gap that they control.
Right.
So I just blitzed them all to give you a visual of what it looks like, what these screens in this game are showing on this blog. So all these defenders have a gap. So they have a responsibility. Like, this defender, he's going to just go out here and control this area of the field and not let. His job is to set the edge. That doesn't mean he's going to do it every time. Like, his ratings come into play. Like, if he's not strong enough, if he doesn't have block shed, if he's not fast enough, and you get a better offensive lineman, he's going to get blown out of the water. So just note about that. But the other part of this is, say I'm in a nickel. I know I'm not in nickel personnel, but if I'm in a nickel, the difference now is that nickel corner, his eyes are no longer in the backfield. His eyes are now on the receiver, right? So if I'm in a dime, this is what my defense looks like. My dime corner, his eyes aren't in the backfield. His eyes have to defend the tight end.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're losing the gap control. So it's really going to change the way you want to try and play the game. And it's based directly in core, authentic NFL football. So it's really cool. All these things, like,
force defender's big, cutback defender's pretty big. There's a lot. Then you got fill defenders. Here you can see these guys are filling gaps with the force defender here. So the jet players are the blitzers. There's a lot that's going to go on.
There's so much.
2-gap assignments, crack replace. Just stuff that we haven't seen before. Madden 17 will feature 2-gap players for the first time in its history. So
that's going to make defensive tackles really, really important. Like, really important. Like, that's so important to know. If you especially play a 3-4, if you play 4-3, like if you play...
Or not important. We don't know.
Right, or not important. Or you got to wait for how to make the game plays. But the examples we just showed here it's everything that's in this blog. We didn't talk about anything that's not in that blog, so go and read that. Like, this is a blog that...
Study this blog, yes.
We said you want to bookmark the zone coverage blog. Like, you should bookmark this blog. This needs to be like Bible. Like, I need to understand these things. You want to get a leg up on the competition?
Yeah.
Go read the nuggets. This was written by Clint Oldenburg. Ask him questions on Twitter. Ask him, what does this mean?
I would say yes. Like, if you don't fully understand football yet, and you watch casually, you like to play Madden, but you're not fully sure what this blog is saying, I would definitely recommend tweeting Clint with a good, clear, concise question so that he can help answer it. Like, hey Clint, like, I'm used to usering out wide. Now I have a force defender. What exactly does the force defender do for me? I mean, it's all explained in this blog. Like, if you have more questions, like, hey, if I'm in nickel and my guy lines up, do I need to get wide with my force defender? Is like that going to be him even if he's in a pass aside? Like, I don't know the answer to these questions yet, but you'll start to see it come to fruition as we get more in. So based on play rec, defenders will be faster or slower in reading the play and finding the right gap to fill. Each player that is not blitzing will start to play in an assignment we call read and react. So like, hey Clint, like, how does read and react work? What rating should I be looking for? I'm starting to kind of plan out my team, or I'm starting to think about who I want to go with. Like, do you have any tips? What have you been seeing? These guys all play the game up there, so give them some questions.
Right.
Cool. All right, let's take a look at the next. We'll put the link to that blog.
I just did. I
in
put
there,
it in there. Yeah.
In the description. All right, here we go. Follow that channel, folks.
Real quick before we go, in the chat, VE_JRod, he said, are there any articles, videos online that talk about advanced real-world football concepts? Smart Football, Chris Brown over at Smart Football is a resource that we've both used for the past 7 years. You guys wonder, where do things like the 5 sets for success come from? Where do man beaters, zone beaters come from? Where does having a
cover 2 invert?
Like, where do these things? Where do we make these things up? Newsflash: we don't make it up. We read like real football stuff, and we then put the Madden spin on it, right? So a lot of this stuff is anchored from this guy, Smart Football, on Twitter, Chris Brown, and we're gonna throw his chat in here. Definitely recommend that you go read some of his articles. He's got a website he puts out. He's a great follow on Twitter. He has great tweets. He's got a couple books out. You could go check them out. But a lot of knowledge I've learned from him. Other thing that you've done in the past was where you use the All-22.
Yeah, you can get the All-22 footage from the NFL. You got to sign up. You really got to want to watch kind of all of it, but that's a decent resource too, because you kind of see more of what happened on a play, not just what the TV showed you. So that's pretty cool too. But I do like Smart Football a lot, and I think he highlights more meat on the game.
Yep.
All right, GM Night. Keep your eye on the ball. Another good football book. Cool. All right, here we go. Next mailbag question. This one is from James Louie. He's got the last 2 questions in the mailbag. Gibbs, how do you user control when you're blitzing? Not when you're manually blitzing the user, but when you send a blitz. James Louie says, here's what happens, right? He looks in the backfield. He stalls out with his defender. So the nickel 3-5 odd, right? That's probably the best example, I think, of how to user when you're blitzing.
Sure.
So you call this play the nickel 3-5 odd. You have to user behind where you're sending the blitz. You always kind of want to user the area where you're weakest. or where you're blitzing from, because that's where the offense is going to look, and you can also cover the most ground from where you're blitzing from. So if we're tasked with we want to user the flat, but then if they're not going to throw the flat, we want to get in the seam, and we kind of want to take away deep potentially. So like we have to user here, but if at the snap of the ball I'm watching the blitzing honey badger, that's not going to help me all that much. Mm-hmm. So that's a good question, because do you feel that happens that way?
Like, I guess I don't.
Do you keep an eye on it?
What I don't really understand is he's usering honey badger.
No, he's usering this guy, but when he sends a blitz, he users different than if he's in like an all-out coverage, because he pays attention to the blitzer, and then like he doesn't know where to go, and then he's like, did the pressure get in? Should I stop usering? Like, what do I do? Like, how does he know if the blitz is going to get in or not get in?
There's a couple things here. You have to set your defense up, and then okay, where is my defense weak? If you are user controlling that flat zone, you need to immediately think, I'm weak in the right flat.
Right.
Okay, so can you minimize, based on adjustments, can you minimize your weakness to the right flat? Is my first question to you. Can you utilize an extra resource here, make your right flat stronger, so you don't have to defend that? And so how can you minimize your risk as a user player is my question to you.
Yeah,
so,
you could drop a zone over there. My thought is, also you got to look at the formation.
Absolutely, that was going to be the next caveat.
Yeah, like what routes go to the flat here?
Mm-hmm.
Basically nothing except like Rodgers on a flat route, and you're gonna probably let him throw that.
Right. Well, you see bunch, you immediately need to think, okay, the vertical post.
Right, but I don't. You don't need to go get that, because like you're not gonna throw that quick. Like I'm more concerned about you going deep in the seam here than
from this formation
7-yard game to the flat.
Yeah, the speed. I would be worried about speed outs always. I wouldn't feel comfortable using a flat in this situation, because there's a speed out that is from this formation that I know everyone runs that is too difficult for me to defend that and then make a play anywhere else in the field.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's where my question goes, how can I defend that right flat but then minimize my risk and have a better outcome on the play? Like what do people want to throw against that formation? Like, okay, come out and gun doubles. What do people want to do, Falls? Gun doubles.
Tight end corner, inside zone.
Okay. Gun ace twins offset. What do people want to do? Gun ace twins.
Inside zone, posts.
Right. Gun trips tight end. What do people want to do?
Verticals.
The wheel play.
Yeah.
Gun split close. What do people want to do?
Corner route, halfback wheel.
So it starts with identifying the formation that your opponent is in. Where do they want to go? And then you need to take away their first option or like take it away. Now, I think another question off of this would be, like, if you go to man-to-man, just go to man-to-man real quick. So say you're using like the guy.
Right. So he's saying like if he's free right now, he just runs like a maniac. He's not worried about the blitz getting in. But if he calls the blitz, then he like pays attention to it, doesn't user his best.
Right. So say you're a man, you're in this man version. So we would recommend you user the linebacker that's and man coverage on the halfback.
Right.
I would tell you, don't worry too much about routes that like break to the right part of the field. I mean, you can because of 4 verticals. That's very prevalent. But any like the route that you really have to worry about the most would be the table route to the halfback, right? So think table route can burn me. The 4 verticals route, it can hurt me for 3 or 4 yards, but the table route can hit me for 20.
Right.
So like be ready for that. I would say be ready for what's the route that could hurt me. Now if you defend the tight end on this play, say you're using the tight end, sometimes it happens. Well, what routes do tight ends are gonna hurt me? Drags, corner slants.
Corners.
Corner slants. Okay.
I get slants.
What about slants? Not so much this year, but okay, outside corner. You're manned up on the outside, far left outside guy, Jones. Just say you're covering him. Like what route?
C route.
Streak.
Drag.
So like you determine what is the route, and then be ready for it pre-snap. And if you get beat trying to make a play, trying to jump a route that you thought, at least you're playing the game.
Yeah, and I would say in man, you're more worried about like individual specific routes. Whereas when you're in zone, like we are here, you're more worried about concepts because you have to use this guy. So you're more worried like what concept's going to send a guy to the flat that I'm going to have to worry about. And then once the flat hits, I'm going to drop off. But like call verticals. Like I'll tell you when I know it's not a play I got to worry about the flat now. Like I knew that quickly. And I guess if the play doesn't, I don't look at the blitzer to see if it gets in. I guess I just, after like a few seconds, and once you run a play 1,000 times, like you start to figure out what's gonna happen. I'll know when to send this by. So just roll left. Like say the pressure like scares you to, like I know like now something went wrong. Like I know by the way the camera moves without
Right.
without looking. I just know by the way the camera moves something
Right.
went wrong, so I can send the spy.
Yep.
So that's what's up. To take a knee on a kickoff, you just don't press anything. If it's in the end zone, you will just take it. You could also press Y to do a fair catch.
Also got a good point in the chat from one of our subscribers, Ty Webb. He says, if you are blitzing, all you need to do is shut down the first or second read.
That's also true. You're more likely to want to take that. And Steven, I mean, it has the most obvious advice. Just pay attention don't pay attention to the blitz and just focus on using. Yes. Sometimes harder said than done. You really want to see if it gets in.
Yeah.
You know, but
if we go back to
Yeah.
the Madden Challenge, who's the young guy with the crazy hair, great offense, like really shaggy long hair? What's his name? I forget his name.
the guy who said he was going to flood the other guys?
Yeah. What was his name?
Too tenacious?
Too tenacious. Remember he like. I think he was like so in the moment of the game, he would always forget to send the dogs. He like never.
He would
released
never
the
send the
hounds.
spy, yeah.
He never sent the spy, and I'm like, and looking back on it, and like talking to him, he wasn't messing up. He was just like, yeah, I was not in the moment. Like I was like
Right.
usually all over the field, and like he didn't have like the vision. He couldn't have the peripheral vision to send the hounds. So it can happen. It can happen where you can't read everything at one time.
Indeed. All right, here we go. Last mailbag question of the night. This one is coming in from James Louie. He says, how do you read run gap on inside zone? So, Gibbs, if you're going to run inside zone, how do you read the actual run gap? This is probably a better question for
what?
a guy who's actually good at running inside zone.
Okay, Falls, you answer it. Go ahead. Is he saying from an offensive point of view or
Yes,
from okay?
yes. So,
I think you always want to go outside. I think that's your first thought is like, can I get outside? That's going to give me the most bang for my buck. Can I get out wide? Go ahead, Forrest. Tell me.
I don't know, Gibbs. I'm not sure. I'm just a man of the people. I don't really know. What I would say is you want to read pre-snap what you think is going to be open with inside zone. Like before the snap happens. Like so you're in this formation right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before the snap occurs, you got to think what is going to be there. If I do this, what do you think now? Like what would you try and do?
Well, if I saw you do that, then I'm going to try and bang the run out to the right edge.
Correct.
Like, bang,
So
quick.
if you don't decide that before the snap,
Right.
like you don't.
You're already lost.
Yeah, you can't. So, if I see them set up something like this where they walk the guy across from me, I'm thinking they might know how to stop inside zone.
But I'm still going to try and bang it off the right edge.
So I'm gonna try and run away from that defender. If they don't do that, yes, you do kind of want to get to the left edge. So right at the snap of the ball, I'll look and see, did I get a double team? Did I get
Right.
upfield? Can I carry it off to the edge? Otherwise, you got to cut it back in. The best friend of your inside zone is 4 yards. You want to get 4 yards. Yes, you do want to go outside once every 5 runs, but if you try and go outside and you lose 2 yards and then it's 2nd and 12, you're in trouble.
Right.
It's like you can't do that. I think that's a mistake a lot of people make. I think what makes problems so good is like he has a run that looks like it's going to be negative 4 yards.
He
double jukes. He gets 2 yards instead of -2, and it doesn't look like anything. But when you add up all those yards he didn't lose, it's like wow, he rushed for 100 extra yards today.
You know who else is really good at that? Is Jay Knoll.
Yeah,
How about that run?
Eddie Lacy. So I think yes, inside zone right here. It's one before the snap. It's figuring out where you want to go, and then it's going for more consistent aiming and avoiding big hits like that. So looking before the snap, huge, critical. Because if they start to move everything over, you want to find one of those like sail
That was
plays
the computer,
to
by
the
the
right,
way.
to the right. Yeah, the computer does a pretty good job.
Like, remember when we used to do the old hockey trick where we just let the computer go?
Yeah.
What if like that's what Problem does? What if like secretly that's what he does?
I've never seen the computer double juke like that.
That's true.
So that's the question.
That's true.
All right, that is it for mailbag questions. We got the game of the week coming right up. We're gonna have S. Gibbs go with a random playbook and see if he can get a W
Oh, yeah?
in all Madden 1. I'm gonna coach
You're gonna coach me.
a little bit.
Great. Okay. I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, I don't know if you're coachable. I felt
I
like
am
I was
coachable.
very coachable last week.
You, for the first time in your career,
Got a dub.
that
That was a good game last week.
It was for the first time in your career. You didn't give me lip service.
If you're in the chat right now, let us know what playbook you want to see. Gibbs, hop into MUT we will run with the squad. We got anybody in the chat here?
First time in your career, you didn't run your mouth.
I'm about to random.org. I think we had 18 playbooks last time.
That true?
49er for Life wants to see the pistol offense, but I don't think you can win a game with the pistol offense.
You don't have the playbook.
You could pick it up. I don't think you have what it takes to win with it.
I can win with pistol. You don't think I'll win a game with pistol? Is that fine?
They want to see Jags. Jags is trash though.
Jags?
They have a good gun bunch. That's what Skimbo uses, but they don't have any inside zones.
So I don't. That's fine.
But I'm coaching.
You want me to pistol?
No, go random. We'll set random.
All right.
Unless the chat's comes up with something, a consensus. And you're not allowed to use the Pats defensive playbook either.
Why?
Because it's random playbooks.
So what defensive playbook am I using?
What do you have?
I don't know. What do you have? This is your team.
All right. Is it still 18? 1, 2, 3.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 18.
All right. So random.org 1 through 18. Minimum 1, maximum 18. Generate number 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chiefs offense.
I thought we were doing it the other way.
That's not. No.
That's how we did it last time. Remember, I said we were gonna go like this because it's faster.
1, 2.
5, 6.
Seahawks.
Yeah.
All right, fullback dives it is.
All right, Seahawks offense. Defensively, what do we got?
You probably have a million.
I probably don't have that many.
What?
I keep it trim.
Yeah, you got 8.
I'm well guarded.
You got 8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 8. All right, random.org 1 through 8. Generate number 6. 1, 2,
Packers.
3. The Al.
The Alpacers. Can I not wear Giants jerseys?
No, you have to. Don't change that because I never change it. Change your name from Dibs though.
We've been Dibs for a long time.
Been Dibs for a long time. Who in the chat? Who's the last person? Let's give it to
Dibs. You've been Dibs for. You've been Dibs since like October.
Yeah. Won me a lot of games.
Who is it?
I'm about to find it. It is none other than somebody I don't see. Let's go with
Man, Bear, Pig.
he was the last. He's not sub though. Let's go Steel Town. Nah, because then people are gonna think we're Steelers fans.
So what?
Somebody with a star next to your name. Type. Let's see. We're about to rename the squad.
It needs to be a star. Best dogs on Twitch. Best dogs.
Yeah, go Best Dogs. He's earned it.
Best dogs. You know what someone brought up the other day in the stream?
You gotta miss an A.
Best Bezer.
Yeah.
You know what? This has made me really sad. Ready for this? Where's our guy Road Sodas?
Sad.
Where is he? Do we
I don't know. I hope he's okay.
I miss him.
It's tough.
Best dogs. Best doggone guys on Twitch. The best dogs on Twitch. That's a bold claim.
For Madden 17, I think Road Sodas comes back like the opening stream somehow.
Him and Carl the Big Mean Bunny.
Carl's always around.
He was around the other day.
Stops by.
Carl the Big Mean Bunny is a savage.
So what are your plays?
I'm going to run fullback dive. Should I not use Seahawks because of that?
Nah, just don't call it.
No fullback dives.
Yeah, you can call it on like 3rd and 1.
Alright. We lock it in? What if I just diabolically want to make you lose a game?
That would be your excuse.
You're coaching me.
We're gonna work together. What defensive playbook?
Packers, so we got 146. We got nickel 245 as well.
Loop.
Yeah.
It's good.
And, I'm more of a crossfire guy.
It's good. Is anybody playing the new game
Carl the Big
that came out?
Pokemon
it's like
Go?
Crossfire. No, it's like Rocket League, but Crossfire. It's like $10. It's on Xbox and PS4. It got a 9 out of 10 on Polygon. Anyone play it? I don't know the name.
Does anybody want to play Civ? Do you want to play Civ?
Takes too long.
Does it take too long?
We've never finished a game. I've played 105 hours of Civ according to my Steam, and we've never gotten past like the French Revolution.
That's because no one ever wants to pick it back up again. I'm always willing to pick it back up.
It's tough.
I'm always willing to pick it back up.
Playing Frosty Cabbage.
Ooh. It's a good nickname.
TWIM 199, Game of the Week, Frosty Cabbage, S. Gibbs with Seattle
Alpacas.
offensive playbook randomly selected, and then the Packers defensive playbook also randomly selected.
Get down
49er for life with the South Hype. We're playing against the 49ers.
Playing Frosty Cabbage.
I've never heard of the name Frosty Cabbage, but any man powerful enough to name his name after a
Oh, we
veggie.
don't have it. We only have 2, 3, 6. What do you want me to do, Coach?
Nickel Psycho. I want you to run a scheme from Nickel Psycho today.
Okay.
I want you to run MLB Crossfire or any other play. 2 men under also is good. Let's see. Ray Lewis on the user. Oh, one-on-one downfield. Deion Sanders knocks it away.
We'll do a lot of that, eh?
It's probably going to go downfield a good amount today. I'd like to see, you got 5 linebackers. You can sub plenty of guys in at the RB screen. I would get T-Says a lot of the game. I'd probably put LT in over there. I would put Cam Chancellor in. You have 3 seconds to pick a play. Otherwise, you took a timeout. I didn't tell you to waste a timeout.
You have the worst lineup I've ever seen in the game.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
Mario Williams, not great. But he gives you like plus 15 style. Something like that. Alright, here we go. 2nd and 10. You gassing him up? Get a user, nope. Ooh, yes. Okay, drag underneath. Click on, get Cromartie in there.
Yep.
He's got Steve Young on offense. That's a great item. Tony Gonzalez, who's also good, and it looked like he had Jerry Rice on the first play of the game. So we're not playing against a poor team. We're playing against a pretty good squad here for Frosty Cabbage. Nickel Cycle looks a lot like 2-4-5 Prowl from the Cardinals. Yes, it is similar. The Packers playbook is the only one with the actual 1-5-5, but a lot of the other teams have switched over to 2-4-5 screen back, screen, get wide. Oh
Let's
my
go.
goodness!
Let's go. Is that good, Coach?
How did he pick that?
Because I'm a man of the people.
Did he man him up?
I put him in a flat and I played underneath coverage. And he just lurked it.
That was pretty serious.
That was legit.
Nice.
Yup. A little bit of a yick. A little bit of a yick right
Is that a
there.
nominee for Z Farrell's play? I mean, he didn't use
Z
it.
Farrell's play of the
Yeah,
day.
he didn't use it.
Doesn't matter. That's S. Gibbs' play of the day.
It's Z Farrell's play of the day.
No, it's not. I did it.
No, it's a.
Oh, give me that rock. Give me that rock.
Did I tell you to kick short?
You're not really telling me much, to be honest.
I'm telling you to play Nickel Psycho. I'm telling you not to kick short. I told you to play a flat zone and shade it underneath.
Didn't tell me.
And look at that. Look how that worked. Deacon Jones is good. Mean Joe is also pretty dope, too. Give 8 seconds, please. 8 seconds. 4 seconds. Alright, you're up 7-0. Don't give up the deep play. You know this guy wants to go deep. Possible inside zone for Emmitt Smith right here. Oh, he's going out. No longer going to be an inside zone.
First down at the 40.
Alright, he's going deep. User that. He's trying. Who made the sack? Deacon Jones. Who did I just tell you to put in?
Who?
The Deacon.
The Deacon?
The Deacon.
I think this guy's going to quit.
This guy may quit. He is also running the Seattle Seahawks playbook on offense. So, maybe we got something in common.
Bunch formation.
Alright, he's motioning out receiver to the right. He's got the deep post style play. You use it underneath. DRC drops a pick. He's already got 1 touchdown on the day.
Dang, Daniel.
Couldn't get that one done.
All right, Coach, I'm going to go to 3-4 odds.
Move over to your left a little bit.
Okay, coach. I'm going 3-4 odd.
Like stage. Chair left. All right. 3-4 odd on 3rd and 21. Pressure.
Good
from
D,
Bruce
coach.
Irvin. I want you to call a punt. Safe man. He's going to go for it, but I still want you to call it anyways. Formation. Special teams.
Serious?
Yes. Punt return safe. Punt return safe man. Lock up.
Wow.
4th and 21. I want you to use her the punt returner.
What is this, Farles?
Baseline. Tackle. That
Let's
is
go.
great defense right there. Mental press. I want you to kick a field goal. Can you hit it?
Kick a field goal? No, I can't hit from here.
Okay. I want you to run a fullback dive, then kick a field goal.
But you got to make sure your team doesn't get down from that. You got to keep them up.
Put Gronk in there. See how it feels.
do
Do a couple Gronks.
do
a
the
couple Gronks out there.
do the problem.
Yeah,
see
let me
how it feels.
Then I want you to kick a field goal.
Do the problem. See how it feels. Oh, he's also in it.
Go.
Here on defense. They better hurry to get the snap.
Whoa.
Kick it.
Kick it
Yeah,
from
kick
here.
it,
It's
yeah.
a little laggy. Can I do another one? It's a little laggy.
Give me another one, then kick it.
All right, we'll flip it. Just be original.
And try to throw the football down the field. The quarterback.
Oh,
Kool-Aid
you
the
got that
Great.
right side. Actually, it's left side too.
An extra tight end for this play. To the ground.
Bronkenstein.
Can I do one more?
Nope. Field goal.
What if I miss it? Because it's a little laggy.
Then that's on you. That's a risk I'm willing to take here at this point in the game. 52 yards.
Mental pretzel. Throw your mental pretzels up in the air.
Big kick. Got it. And I want you to kick deep.
Missed it.
The field goal.
Got it.
Plenty of mustard. Plenty of mayonnaise.
Kick deep.
Yeah, kick off middle. Put it up a little bit. Put it right a little bit. Kick it full power. Click on Sean Lee. Get wide. Go. Get wide. Start running down. Start running down now. Run wide one more time.
Got a chance to return this one.
Big hit.
Shot.
Right there.
Does
That's how
that
it's
do a
done.
good job, coach?
That was good, son.
That was good? Coach,
Alright.
3-4 still?
Last possession.
We did well in it last time.
Ready to start
Nickel Psycho.
Well, how can the offensive
Show us some adjustments here. Call under smoke.
this game going to be managed? We could be in
And
any
then
situation.
I want to see you zone all your linebackers.
Can I send a blitz,
You
coach?
know, yeah.
You wonder where the threshold point is from your own side of
see.
the 50. I'm 4th and
Okay.
3 is it?
Aggressive coverage here. He's going fullback dive. I think he has the same play. Has he? Yep. Locked up.
Who's got fullback dive?
That's how you cage the elephant.
Read that play and make the hit. Looks like
You might. He's probably gonna bomb me deep down the left side. Yes.
2nd and
Yeah.
11.
That's just good. That's just good D. Don't care
All
who
right.
you are. That's good
Go with
D.
whatever you like.
Whatever I like.
3rd and 15. 4th down, we'll be going with punt return safe man.
Loss of 4 on the play.
What's up, Kool-Aid the Great? 3rd and 15, we're going 3-4 odd.
3rd down.
Expect a maybe PA shot like a wheel or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Looks like that type of formation. You might try and go deep down the middle.
3rd and forever. Catch made by Marshall.
So I picked up a bunch.
That was a good play. You recognize that was a cover 4. That was a good play.
Steady and reliable this guy is.
He is. As they place
Coach.
the praise for him, he is money, Jim Nance. Man, he pays off every single time. You throw the football
Draw
down,
straight fire.
he'll make the catch.
All right, make your adjustments here. Pinch the line.
First down.
We got Emmett Smith. He motioned him out deep down to the right sideline here the other day. So we want to make sure we don't get beat by that. You were one-on-one user with him. PA. Pressure picked up. Get deep. Ooh, great pass lead by our opponent.
Right on the sideline.
Good passing.
What's up, T. Jones?
Tight end's very talented. He's a
T.
good
Jones.
blocker.
T. Jones. Not to be confused.
Could be related to D. Jones, but we don't know. In
What do
theory.
you want me to do, coach?
Go back to the nickel 245. Psycho, nickel psycho, yeah.
They come to the line and it's first down.
We are in the Seattle offense, Packers defense. According to Steven the Beast. Modding up a storm in here. Seam, get deep. Nice
Balls
fumble,
out, balls
fumble, roll on it. No, do more. Oh, no. All right, knocked him out of field goal range. He's going right back to it. I wonder if he saw something. Yeah, we go 2-man under. And just get deep. I doubt he's making too many hot routes. Sending him out.
That's all right. That's all right.
49ers take it from the 43.
Good route. 2nd and 17. It's going to be the end of the first quarter. We're up 10-0 right now. Pick on a screen pass by Dominique Cromartie. He also had the field goal after
Coach, I'm
turnover
going
on
3-4
downs.
odd.
Okay.
I'll cover 2 this time.
Okay. He's got Marshall at tight end on the left side of the screen, so be careful there.
Oh, we almost
All right.
baited him. We almost had him.
37 yards.
Coach, I'm going to go to cover 2 if he goes to it
He's
again.
taken 3. He's taken 3.
He might drop a few, but when he does catch it, it can make
Gilbert.
Miss it.
All right, he got
Piped
it.
it. He piped it.
is good. That field goal narrows
All right, return middle.
the early part of the second quarter, Phil. Yeah, it was a good drive, Jim, that time. It's a morale booster.
T. Jones, will passing be less important in Madden 17?
I know it was just a few
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think it's overly important in Madden 16. Obviously,
This guy Gibbs kicks?
people do call the bulk of their adjustments.
Gibbs kicks.
Uh,
I like this guy.
People get more comfortable passing as the
Files?
season goes on. Shotgun to the right. Yes. Read option.
I flipped it. Open side of the field, coach.
Sure. As far as like aggressive
go ask
catching goes,
Madden?
T. Jones, if that's what you mean as far as like passing goes,
Coach, can I go ask Matt the rest of the game?
no. You haven't won this game yet. I think we underestimated our opponent.
Okay.
Hit X. I tell you, juke. I didn't tell you to hike the inside zone. That's the only thing. So next time, don't hike it till I give you points.
He's going for 2, coach.
Lock up.
What do you want me to call?
Whatever gives you the best chance to lock up.
The 49ers stepping back onto the
You
field.
think you're mad?
The previous possession.
This is my account. I'm about to take an L. I'm 7-1 on my season right now. Shade underneath. He's in fullback dive. He just did the Z
Didn't
rolls
get it.
up top.
He
Did not
He
get
didn't
it.
get it. That's good D. That's good D.
Good D. Good D. Return middle. Return middle. Gotta get on Gronk there. You gotta get ready if he's gonna idiot kick.
Why?
Be ready to.
Idiot
That's what it's
kick?
called, right?
Idiot kick.
Idiot kick. That's what it's
What do you
called.
want me to do, coach?
Single back to the right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. One more. Press A. Press X. You have 16 yards. Don't laugh.
What do you want me to do, coach?
Hike it and run up the middle. Forward toe.
You're,
Yeah, the
do-
middle. I mean,
I'm-
the middle is good. Like there's
What do you want me to
inside,
do?
outside.
What do you want me to do, coach?
Hit B. Go down, 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 down. Shotgun to the right. A. X. But don't hike it. Let me see your quick audibles.
And it's now 2nd down and 5 after
All
running
right.
it on first down.
The 49ers defense
Inside zone.
brings in an extra member of the
Where do you want me to run it,
secondary.
coach?
They'll go nickel.
It's an inside zone. If you can't figure it out, you shouldn't be here. I want you to double juke that guy next time. Fullback dive.
For more formation.
3rd and 5. Nah. Give me a first down. Whatever it takes. Little bunch weak. He's running double loop 3, so pay attention.
We're winning.
We're up 10-9. Who's on the internet? It's a weekly occurrence, right? I know. I just yell at yell at my thing.
So I won. At least I won the game. Correct? I won. So do we do it again? Put new playbooks again?
Did we win?
Or do you lock in boarding action snipes?
We lost.
Oh, that's too bad. That must have been an internet thing.
Want me to play?
No, I don't want you to play. You lost.
Run the pistol offense. Go buy it.
Alright.
People don't think you can win with it.
With pistol?
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't think you can either.
You don't think I can win with pistol? What?
You just took an L.
I took an L?
You took an L.
I was
yes.
winning 10-9.
Who's on the internet?
You. This one, Coach?
Yes.
Anything else I should get? Should I get the cover 2 defensive book?
You want multiple D or a cover 2?
Doesn't matter.
Some people want multiple, but if not, that's fine. Whatever you think.
I'll go cover 2. Is that what people want?
You guys want to see cover 2 defensive book, or do you want to see just a random team playbook? I like the Packers. It was cool to see actual, like, unique style book. What do you think?
Just cover 2, Will. Give it to us.
Yeah.
Boom. Only use pistol spread? Yeah? Is that what you guys want?
Nah, that's not fair. How could you lose?
I didn't lose. I was winning.
Lost.
I was winning 10-9.
That guy got a 2-point conversion, but it just didn't count it. But he definitely got it.
That's not true. You didn't get the 2-point conversion.
Gibbs 0-1 tonight. Gonna come back on here.
0-1? I'm not 0-1.
You lost.
No, I did not lose.
Did you win?
I was winning. The game never ended. I was winning 10-9.
So it just goes on forever.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
need to find hairy cabbage and play him.
Frosty cabbage.
Frosted cabbage.
Do I need to get one of these controllers?
The Elite. It's pretty good. I mean, it feels good.
Feels really good.
Yeah. It's got like nice weight to it.
It's got a nice finish.
Yeah, I mean the right sticks, like the sticks, they're not like super. They can be broken, so be careful. Like they're not like steel, but
What do you mean they're not steel?
like
They look like they're steel.
they're not though.
But
They're
like
still plastic.
these buttons right here, there's like
They're nice.
they got real good clicks.
Who's on the internet? It's a Wednesday.
You are on the internet.
Is this Pokemon Go server related?
Probably?
You got people
And
walking
look,
around
now
the
we're not gonna
complex?
get a game. A minute in. Can't back out. Backed out. It's your shoddy internet. You've always had terrible internet.
Not true.
That's very true.
I switched to Fios.
Wait, did I set the playbooks?
Yeah.
I equipped them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good thing because we're locked in.
We're locked in a match. It's tough. All right, let's go.
All right. I hope we get to play Frosty Cabbage again.
Yeah, hopefully he's out there watching the stream, getting ready to lock in. Guys, don't forget to follow the channel. Remember, we do this every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. We will be off, I think, for the
Next week.
Next week,
Next
possibly
2
the
weeks.
next 2 weeks. We'll be getting prepared for Madden 17
And TWIM 200.
and TWIM 200. We're gonna have some giveaways coming in for you guys. We're gonna have some.
We're gonna do Mod of the Month again?
Do a little Mod of the Month club.
We have Discord set up. I have the server. Farls, we're going to be ready to give it out to the subs.
Probably kick it off for TWIM 200.
TWIM 200, we're going to have Discord ready. We're playing Clammy Barbecue 5.
We'll get ready to lock in.
Alright, is this a collective, like, I get to call plays, you tell me to call plays, like...
Do you want it to be?
Yeah, I want it to be.
Yeah. You want me to play offense? You play defense?
No.
Let's do that.
No.
Yeah, let's team up. Let's combine our forces. You D up, I O up.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think? Neutron, to be a mod, you just have to be here, and then be here when we need one. You're definitely on the list. Like, if I was modless and somebody in the chat was chirping and I needed a mod, and I was like, who's here in Neutron? I was like, I'm here. I'd be like, yeah, Neutron's legit. He's been here a while. I could definitely give him a mod hammer. Right now, the mods are here. June Cap, Steven the Beast. So we're not giving any hammers out tonight. Shout out to User Pick for 6 for the sub hype. Sent the message. Patriots suck. So shout out to User Pick for the sub hype and the special message. Gibbs, did you catch that?
What?
He did. He did. That's all you have to know. The mod list, I don't know all of them. All I know is that when I yell mods assemble and blow into a clamshell, they all arrive, and that's good. Send the spy, Gibbs. Send the spy.
Couldn't.
That Manziel looked fast. No?
Quick.
G-War with the sub hype. Let's go.
Your lineup is so bad.
Yes. Let's go, a man of the people. I don't have all the best items.
Yes, you do. That's the bad part of it.
Who's to say, Gibbs? Who's to say? You were unable to get your play calling, Gibbs. You just need to be a little faster. The man you pay a little more attention. You're offsides.
First down at the 47.
No pressure came in, and then you got beat down the seam. Now I'm going to be trailing 7-0.
No, it's a systemic problem of your crappy lineup.
How is that my fault?
Because you have dirtbags in the game.
Why wouldn't you take a timeout?
I did already take a timeout.
So why wouldn't you take another one? I mean, if you're just wasting them, why not just waste 2? What's the difference? Playing the barbecue just lit you up in the seam. 2 plays, 69 yards. You couldn't even wait 28 seconds to give up a touchdown.
It's the way you play the game. It's fundamentally wrong. You do all this fancy Nancy farting around at the R sub menu. You can't focus on the game. You're focusing on your dang lineup. You should have your lineup already set. But no, you fart around all game. Farting around for the first 30 seconds of every game. You fart around. Every 30 seconds, the first 30 seconds of the game, you fart around because you have sub guys in.
When I tell you,
fart around.
When I tell you I have no idea what play to call, I mean it. I mean it.
Default strong power. Here you are, farting around, not paying attention to your opponent or the scheme or what's at hand, just farting around, subbing guys in.
What do you want me to do?
Have your lineup set.
First down at the 20. Young's now going to leave the pocket and tuck it under.
What?
See how I didn't juke into a hit stick for a fumble touchdown right there?
Yeah.
I'm talking to the chat, I'm not talking to you. I'm saying, did you see how I did not take Steve
No.
Young, juke him directly into a defender, and then blame the game that I fumbled?
I did not say that. I never blamed anyone for the fumble. I actually didn't say anything.
Just running a real sim offense right here. You know?
Yeah?
Trying to win games.
It does look weird without Dib as your name.
My team's put me in a
You're
bad...
best. You're just best. Old best over here.
Team's put me in a bad position, but, you know, I'm going to overcome.
Your team has not put you in a bad position.
An extra tight end on the field for this one. The play clock's running down. The give.
Oh, God. See ya.
Trying it. Like somebody that I
Hey.
used to know.
Ooh, a little jet sweep?
Nah, I don't think it'll work. Do you? Michael Irvin just housed that guy. Is that correct?
It's probably past me.
How they back up the big play here. Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of.
Yeah?
That's how I play. Uh-oh. First of all, I threw the
Yeah?
ball away.
Oh, complain about what? Keep complaining.
First of all, I threw the ball away.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I threw the ball away. Second,
You didn't throw it away. I would just watch the game. You didn't throw anything away. This guy's a savage.
so was Michael Irvin. Touchdown, Falls. Sorry, it didn't take me 28 seconds to score that.
Oh,
no!
no! False. Great offense. Awesome. You're so good.
What? Making reads. 101 downfield. Michael Irvin. Throw a touchdown. Sorry.
Woo!
Okay, almost blocked your extra point, Gibbs. Pay attention. You're farting around.
I'm farting around.
You're farting around.
I'm not farting
We got the
around.
pistol playbook.
Yeah?
We got
I'm not farting around.
the cover 2 defense, which you're pretty amped. I don't even think you got the cheapest one.
Yes, I did.
Mike Evans, big time hit stick. That's where you gotta click on the Honus.
So, now you like the Gibbs kicks.
No, I don't. Because you just whiffed. Click onto the guy with the hit.
Oh, I whiffed?
You whiffed, yes.
Their defense came up with the play, and how about the way these two units are coming together, giving them all kinds of momentum.
Is there a disadvantage to pass committing every play? Yes, mini MJ, you will get crushed in the run game.
Is that a good play, Farles?
It wasn't at first. He bailed you out by juking. If he had kept running, you wouldn't have gotten the first down in offense.
The Vikings take it from the 33.
Ball's out. Let's go. Is that good D for you,
No,
Farles?
not really. That should have been incomplete pass.
That's great defense.
Should have been
That's
incomplete
great
pass.
defense.
Give me the rock.
You're welcome. You're
Now I gotta
welcome.
score again.
You're welcome. Don't be so rude. Going back to my roots. Zone blitz, show sit.
Our ball.
Why are you kicking a field goal?
Because I want 3.
You're gonna make.
I don't want to risk a turnover. I don't want to risk a turnover. Just want to get my points.
All right.
Just wanna
That's
get
how
my
I play
points.
defense. Balls out.
That's
Wait
how
a
I play
second.
offense.
That
I
didn't
scored
sound
on
right.
both my
That
drives.
didn't sound
I
right.
just scored. I
That
just
didn't
literally
sound
scored
right.
with no time left on the clock. There you go. That's Bobby Wagner.
That's good stick. That's good stick. That's real good stick. I need to go back to my roots. Big nickel. Big nickel.
I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I don't know. I'm back to my roots.
Get my 3 right there. Don't get beat in the seam for another deep touchdown, please.
It's all right.
Keep running. We had Clowney.
Balls out, D.
You want to lay out there?
I just feel that's how I play defense. Balls out.
I think the monitor went away.
Second down after going to the ground game the first play.
Go.
Yick it. Came in like a wrecking ball.
You're just not serious about what you're doing.
3rd and 5 following the incompletion. The Vikings have to get to the 41 for a first.
Clammy Barbecue trying to drive an offense. 3rd and 5. Gibbs trying to send the pressure. Has the drag. Loses all his momentum.
No, that's a good play. Broke it up. Let's go.
Didn't get vertical enough. His teammate bails him out once again. We live to fight another day.
If you get your hands on the football as a receiver in the NFL, everybody expects you to make the catch.
4th and 5. Clammy Barbecue trying to advance the ball for a first down. Has to drag Gibbs, another bad user on the same exact route.
Not sure.
Just, I like that you were able to use her poorly in 2 completely different ways. Like you had 2 different positions with bad user plays in just different ways. Send the spy. Send the spy.
You gonna keep telling me what to do?
I'm trying to help.
I don't think you're trying to help.
I'm trying to help teach the chat what not to do.
Anytime he drops back to pass, you got to be alert for the run.
Manziel lines up in the pistol.
I feel like taking the points there might have been the wrong decision by me.
We'll have one more play before the quarter expires. Manziel's gonna
Send the
take
spy.
off with it.
Throw the pick.
I couldn't get chance it down. I couldn't
Back here in the second
get it
quarter,
down.
Defense
Couldn't
ruled
down.
the first.
But
And
couldn't get
what
it
are we
down.
going to see here, you think, in the second quarter, Phil?
Couldn't get it down.
I saw. What happened? Just like directional
Just couldn't get it down.
game issue, user issue, combination, rating space. What do we think?
To get the answer, so stay with your game plan and see if you can find a way to make it work.
And Rice has got it on a
Might be the
pass
chance.
with some heat on it.
Yeah, probably trash chance.
Yeah. I don't have the good ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. subbing in, making the adjustments, guys. Remember, follow that stream.
From the red zone. The Vikings come to the line of scrimmage.
First and 10, red zone, flat pass. Cromartie missed tackle. Down to the one, down to the one. Need that goal line defense here.
Red zone, and it's a good thing they got a quarterback with a strong arm because you got to throw into some tight spots in the red zone. Only a yard from the end zone.
Does he have the sneak D? Will it be a QB sneak?
First and goal.
Nope, it's a sting. Ray
Good
Lewis.
D. Good D.
Fighting.
Good D.
Brings him down.
Oh my gosh, it is the worst thing you can do on the offensive side.
The
This
5-4-2.
is crazy. When you get down near the goal line, you run the football and you lose yards. That's
Looking for a way to find that beef.
Playing press coverage to the outside.
Will it be fullback dive? Will it be sneak? It is sneak! And Manziel can't scoot forward. Does get a yard. He's going to hurry up and go with it. Does Gibbs get in with the D here? Does he run commit? There's no other play he can hot route to. I think you get him. Oh, yeah!
Good D.
See how he was like lined up kind of weird?
Oh yeah. Good D.
See if he takes 3. Just like we did. No, he's going for it, and he's going to a new formation.
On the field here for this.
He's got 2. He's going to strong close, maybe take a timeout.
Touchdown.
Highly.
Trash. That's garbage.
I know. Threw a drag in double coverage. Great.
So excited, they want to try to stop them.
Maybe timeout.
Mistakes and give up the touchdown.
It's good.
All right, you're going to need some offensive plays here.
The Vikings now getting ready.
Kick
to
return
take
middle.
away.
Just bring this back.
Irvin's gonna test the coverage here. And they stop him from
All the way to
running
the
it out to
Felt
the
good about that?
20-yard line.
19. The
Felt
Giants
good about what?
offense ready to
That
continue
juke?
its recent run here. They've scored the
Did
last
I
2
feel
times
good
they've
about
had it.
Patrick DeMarco. See, like
Patrick DeMarco.
you're here farting around having Patrick DeMarco on the field.
You might need a real fullback someday, Gibbs.
Yeah?
Will Patrick DeMarco be there to save you?
Not,
I don't know.
not on my roster.
Scrimmage and
How do you run this play?
full house.
Go. The pitch guy attacks you. Go.
Down at the 19.
Pitch it.
Peterson will
Alright.
get it on the toss.
You get it completely locked up.
All right, pistol playbook here. Gabs are here.
Yeah, you're just gonna go straight stock pistol ace.
I don't know. I don't have
Old
much
school
else.
Z Farls.
I don't have much else.
Old school Z Farls.
2-minute warning.
Get a playoff. Get a playoff.
Takes the snap.
Get a playoff, kid. Oh boy, you're in trouble. Well, now it's 3rd and Chuck.
Lewis all
Okay.
over the ball carrier.
I don't have much here.
Go to gun punch. Single back punch.
In the first half.
Here you go.
Pistol bunch.
Yeah, pistol punch. Yeah. Go down. You got stuff. You got like corner strike. You got pin deep. You probably bomb it on. You got Seattle. Get some verticals. It's not the good vertical, but I'd probably motion out that route to Beckham.
End up in the pistol.
Smart route it. Smart route it. God dang it, Farls. Go.
Defensive line, everybody's spreading out.
Got it.
I think they're going to try to pressure
Bang.
the quarterback.
I mean, that's just good offense.
That's just good no matter what.
That's
here.
just good Madden.
That's just good no matter
That's
what
just-
formation.
That's just good. That's just good Madden, baby.
Shout out to D. Kaler. He knows the double P.
It's like Novocaine, baby. Just give it time. Works every time.
50%.
I like would love that same Seattle and motion the
To the long
guy
game.
over to
Let's
the
see
left.
what they do here.
Read option, kind of dig it. Get wide. Give me that. Come on.
Mmm.
Young runs so reckless. He holds the ball in one palm.
Baller move.
He's so reckless. Ooh, this is kind of a good set.
Second down
Baller
here
move.
after that run play.
Think it's there?
Many of defensive backs out on the field for this one.
No. Absolutely not there. No.
They'll go ground.
All right. 3rd and manageable.
Minute 26.
3rd and manageable, right?
A minute 25 to go.
When you get a chance inside of 2 minutes to get out of bounds, you do it.
The Giants.
We're gonna
in
go
the
another?
pistol. The Giants will take the
Ooh, old trick. Good fight. Ooh, now what are you gonna do?
Go for it.
Situation like this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always can complete a drag, right? Always gonna
Should I
drag.
drag it?
I don't know. You kind of look like you could maybe run. Wow. You didn't get there. You didn't. Give me the stick.
I thought he was gonna.
Give me the stick. You.
How do you not truck forward, dude? You're Marcus Allen. Fight. Like, lay out, bro. You had one job. You got met at the line by a secondary player. You don't fall forward. What is up with that?
Peterson is in the backfield. First down at the 44. And the catch is made by Larry Fitzgerald.
Old hockey trick. Clowney. He's got 45 seconds left. 45 seconds remaining. Lawrence Taylor. 44. He's got 3 timeouts. Got to hold him to a field goal.
First down at the 28.
Pressure. Holy crap. 30 seconds.
Guys are welcome.
Second and 16.
Just throw it away. That time he loses yards by taking the sack.
Manziel standing back.
Pressures.
Shotgun ready for the
Get
snap.
there, come on.
And Fitzgerald's got the grab on the touch pass. The Vikings signal for the timeout. And that's the first one they've used
16 seconds left. He's got all to get 2
from
timeouts.
inside the red zone.
Potential
That
dive.
was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up.
Good juke.
I was worried about that back cut, so
Yeah.
I couldn't get too wide.
Take a second here to talk things over as they call the timeout on second down. Stepping up
Fighting here.
to the 5-yard line. Second and goal from the 5.
Good freaking D. That's good.
8 seconds. 7, 6. He's got to take his time out. Yeah.
Good D.
5 seconds. I bet he goes to the end zone 1 time. Maybe. Maybe he takes the 3. He's taking the 3.
Loss of 3 on the play.
It's good D.
Oh.
Clowney just doing things that the other clownies don't do. Can I get the 1 kick return?
Yeah. He's on. He's maybe hit the
I'm
Y
just-
button.
I'm just gonna hit
fair
Y.
catch it.
I'm gonna try to.
See if you can Y catch it.
Dude, did you just see him scream in?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
That's fantastic.
He recovered that.
Better now than later.
The Vikings
Quarter 3D probably.
the field again. They got everything they could out of that last possession, Phil. That was a solid touchdown drive.
Just look at them, Jim. The way they
Is there a new Hain?
You can see their
Or is it the old one?
confidence. When you got a confident football team, man, let them go and let them play and see if they can make it happen again. Looking to go down the field here. And
Alright, we get ball.
Do we?
Yeah, how do we score?
Reach the intermission.
I would just stick to drag, like the drag and stuff. Don't run into any strong powers, I would say.
Yeah, they're not that good.
We got the D. We got the D. Just put some points on the board. We got the D.
You're watching the
We got the D. We got the D.
That's how I like to play defense. Balls out.
at the 15-yard line.
I can't believe I said that.
Offense trots out onto the field.
We got the D. Just score me some points. Goal line. Yeah?
Strong toss or power up? What?
Are you trying to lose this game?
I'm trying to score points.
Why are you running goal
You
line?
don't know if it's not going to work.
I do.
This is a trash Marcus Allen, though. I got to put the other Marcus Allen in.
Why are you...
I don't know what else to do.
Go to a trip set. They're going to have 4 verticals in it. Like, it's not that hard. Go to pistol trips. You're, give me the... I'm taking over
Nah,
offense.
we get it. We get it.
I'm taking over
I get it.
offense.
I still got some plays in me.
I'm taking over
I got
offense.
some plays in me. Need pistol playbook, guys. It's tough on offense. You guys wanted to see it. You know, run game's not working. Go to the flats. Guy makes a bad throw. Steve Young's known for that. Gibbs giving up touchdowns left and right. You know?
Sure.
It's tough out there in these streets. Get up a touchdown on 4th down the other day. Sky Streamer reporting that the game is over.
No, it's not.
No, it's not yet.
Let's take a look at pistol trips.
Okay.
Real talk.
They're saying GG.
It's not GG.
It is not.
It's not GG. There's plenty of time. This
Fumble
guy's
here would be GG.
go, Farles, go. Good cut. Little. That's what we needed, baby. No, don't pistol spread. No, absolutely not. What's this?
He's got a bruised knee.
Is that your guy?
It's tough out here. We got to persevere. We're down 14. It's the second half. We just turn the ball over. Bad throw. Bad read also.
You did call it out.
Yeah, generally not good.
Does he think that he has to do this? Clammy barbecue?
Who knows?
All right, give me little pistol trips.
Guys, I just spoke with a Vikings
Like
official.
real trips. Yeah, that.
Injury won't stop him from getting
Don't. We gotta look at the freaking plays,
I
man.
know.
Grow up. You gotta get over this. You gotta fix your lineup. Like they got 4 verticals. Come out strong power. I'd probably go to 4 verticals for this play. Drag your tight end. Get ready for the problem. Playmaker upfield. Go. Problem playmaker. Yeah, drag there. There you go.
No, but he's
Keep
gotta
it simple.
Stride, though.
Keep it simple. All right, what other plays we got? Okay, going. Keep going. Not much.
Not much.
You're gonna. All right, you got the plays. Go ahead. I don't need to tell you. Counter. I don't love it. Yeah, there you go.
Quarterback likes what he sees out there outside. He's changing the play, but the wide receiver.
Texture. Oh yeah, drag.
Like, throw better, Steve Young.
You went to scramble. Let's
No, I didn't.
call a spade a spade.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, debatable.
Catch the ball. I set my feet.
That's a nice job by the offense.
Young's lining up in the pistol. The Giants from the 27.
What was that? You gotta nix the strong powers. We gotta
It's not working.
get rid of them. Don't call it anymore.
Defense is so fast.
No more strong powers.
Yay, boot.
That time
Yeah.
on the run play, they just overpower.
Keep
The
Gronk
offensive
on his
line,
route.
they tackle the runner
That
for
one?
a loss.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, go.
But who am I looking
Just-
for?
Evans probably. Real talk. Like he's 1-on-1. Go to him. Go to him. Got him. Good play. Good off.
We're back in the game.
Good off.
We're back in
Good.
the game.
We got the D. We got the D.
We got the D.
And now we're not gonna let him block our kick though.
Nice throw. Good
We got the D. We got the D, boys.
get the touchdown.
We got the D.
They think it's over, kids.
It's not over.
They think it's over.
No way this guy can do that again, right?
And the extra point.
You know what time it is?
Playing barbecue time?
No. It's time for a S. Gibbs kick of the day.
Vikings are ready.
Gibbs kick. Fumble
Need it?
Ruski. Let's go. One time for the one time for the boys in the
Bobby
chat. Come on,
Wagner?
Honus. Come on, Honus.
Come on, Bobby Wagner.
Alright.
Do more.
Bennett's got it.
You can click on and hit him.
Sometimes you eat the block with your guy to give a clean computer rush. Sometimes it works.
Drive underway. Their last drive.
When you say sometimes,
A touchdown, Phil. We'll see if they still have it in them to issue a
you got Gilbert Brown in the game and Mario Williams. So
I don't have Mario Williams.
94? Who's that?
Perfectly for him. The experience of the football team, the talent of the players, and the coaches helped them out without a doubt.
Stop.
What?
Don't make those noises.
The Vikings from the 32.
Send the spy.
On the move.
Throw it deep. Catch the pick. Bruiser.
Oh, my diary.
Man Bear Pig in Playmaker Pat won it.
Manziel's ready for the snap. Empty backfield. Snap it out of the gun.
The big hit. Oh my gosh. Urban, fire. Verbal warning. Take him
He's
out.
out. He's out.
Take him out.
First down, especially when you're on top. Keep the clock
Mario
moving.
Williams. Deacon Jones.
Keep the defense
Meet the
guessing.
bench.
Make them react instead of attack.
Sean Lee has amazing zone. Alright. Novak with the sub hype. Thank you very much, Novak. Let's go. Oh my goodness gracious.
We got the D. We got the D.
We got the D.
Yeah, we got the D.
We got it. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10.
We're not covering the halfback.
Okay, not covering the halfback. It's PA. Send it. Send it. Oh my goodness.
We got the D.
We got
Yeah. We got the D.
Jack out. Oh, Ronnie Lotz. He's amped. He's hyped. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. Screaming. Screaming. Oh no, bad tackle. Oh no.
That's.
Oh no.
Wow.
That's a nice job picking up that first down. It's been fun to watch. They got a small lead here in the second half. We'll see if that first down can lead them to a score. Nice situation here for the offense. They're winning the football game. Now they're in the red zone. Let's see if they can come up with a play that fools the
Likes quick
defense.
throws.
The corners are going to meet the receivers right on the line of scrimmage.
He's letting it tick.
That's a mindless
Maybe he couldn't
error.
sound.
Nah, he wants probably a little more yards.
Dang, Daniel. Back at it again.
Stepping up to the line at the 14. Peterson's lined up directly behind the quarterback here.
Seam.
I'm right there, bro. I'm right there. I'm right there. Give me an anim. Give me an anim.
No.
I'm right there. Watch the
No.
replay. Watch the replay.
No.
I'm right there.
No.
I'm right there.
No, with all due respect.
I'm right there. I'm right there.
No.
I'm right there. I'm right there.
The Vikings for the point after.
I need to get, this game's not over. Need to get the anim. Need the anim.
CJ Slayer's back. He said GG again, dude.
I need the anim. I need to get an animation.
No.
Yeah, I need an anim.
Nah.
Yeah,
That's not position.
Getting ready for the kick.
You were there. I mean, you were there.
I'm there. I need. Give me the anim.
No. You read the route, but you didn't make the play.
And Irvin's going to run this one out. He's brought to a halt. That return's good for about 23.
It's all right.
Back to the trips.
Yeah, back at it again. The trips. Back at it again in the trips, brother.
This game, Jim, it's all about momentum, and when you feel you got the momentum on your side, you got to take advantage of it. So now I think it's up to the offensive
Kid, man, bear, pig knows. Give the kid an anim. Like,
Yeah.
give the guy an anim.
I mean, we would have taken it, but I don't think it was there.
Give the guy an anim.
to do, confuse the quarterback.
Go. Ooh. Go.
Fight, Marcus Allen. You own me.
Let's use these 30 seconds wisely. Let's go.
As they head to the line.
Verts?
Yeah. Dirties. If you got Evans, you know you go to him, right? Oh, he's one-on-one. He's one-on-one, baby. Crispy fried. Crispy fried Mikey's. Oh, that's...
It's a pick style.
That's it.
If you overthrow it, you get the pick.
Yep.
Now we need defensive turnover. He's got to run the ball probably too.
When you're in position, you have a chance to make the play. That time they did, they got the interception.
The offense pinned back in an awful position. Peterson lines up in the backfield. Looking across the middle.
Like, what is that guy doing? What is... Give me an anim. Give me an anim.
We're back saying GG. Pistol, playbook,
Switch sides now.
cover 2 defense.
Football as we begin. The
Taking on the Clammy Barbecue. It's not going well. He's got a lot of points. We don't have as many.
final quarter underway now with this snap. And they are in on Peterson.
Gain on the play of about 7.
Come on, Clammy Barbecue.
Always good to have these types of runs. Hey, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your
We need this pick.
Got the catch. One-handed.
All right.
Should get that Larry Fitz.
Yeah.
We see one of these every single game.
Johnny,
Tough day.
having a day.
Now completed.
Having a day, and people wonder, they say, Farrells, why do you eat your shirt? Why do you eat your shirt, Farrells? And he doesn't say anything. He just tastes the collar. Big hit. Okay.
No big hit. Timeouts.
Just D up.
That's what you got to do sometimes. It's hard always to think that you're going to come out and just make big plays. You got to do the dirty work.
Demarius Thomas, Larry Fitzgerald, 2 guys. Giving me ups.
Ready to make the stop on the goal line.
This guy's crazy.
Early in the fourth, and they look to
He's gonna go for 2. You know that, right?
Nah.
Yeah, he is.
with that touchdown. Well, I think they did. Now it's up to the defense. Go out there and shut the opponent's offense down. If you do that,
Tough game all around.
Shout out to Lucas for the follow.
Lucas?
Yeah. We needed a pick 6 right there.
the Vikings are ready to kick
We
it
needed
away.
that.
We need a lot of things, Farrells.
Yeah.
Urban's going to test the coverage this time.
This is the way we first started playing Madden.
Yeah, I think
Or-
I was
or
defense,
reversed,
though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Field, trying to make up for that costly mistake the last time they had the ball.
Air raid?
Over, they committed to
Maybe a halfback screen?
points against them. Yeah, it did, Jim.
Probably good game now. Yeah, good game now.
You gotta deal with it.
I would say good game now.
Yeah.
Let it go.
And the best is that Clammy Barbecue's going to go back to his form and be like, I beat Z Farrells.
That guy stinks.
I beat Z Farts. Oh. What was that?
Precision juke.
Yeah?
When you can't hit the
Yeah.
quarterback or put pressure on him,
Yeah.
there's not much you're going to get done here. That time, quarterback heads out, throws it down the field for another completion. He'll throw it
Like-
over the middle.
Right?
It's good block shit.
Do you have weird offensive linemen in?
Only one. Wasn't that one, though.
Can't get rid of the pistol offense files until you win.
For the defense.
That is, I should do that.
That's a good challenge, right? The pistol playbook offensive challenge.
Pick.
A near interception that time by Rodgers.
Learn
You're
to
going
love it.
against
You'll
a
learn
good
to love
quarterback
it.
and receiver
PA verticals?
now.
Yeah.
Couple good routes, right?
Stop it is
Might
tight.
try the
Man-to-man
Outback might be kind of nice.
against him.
Get Irvin off of that.
From the 32.
Oh, yeah, halfback. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And it's picked up by Rodgers for Marty.
Wasn't there.
No.
Tried to go downfield for the fans, and, just didn't get the job done there.
Picked off. The frustration and the bad play just continues. And, it's so bad the coach can't even yell at the players. All you can do is pat them on the head and encourage them. to keep
Clowny.
That's an awesome job by the offense picking up
Strong
this
power.
first down here in the second half. They've got a big lead.
Fitz is better than goal to shot Jackson. Probably yes, Ebro. Yes.
And that is an art that this team is good at. Peterson is in the
Pistol Ace Twins. Winner's kit. 25. Yes, that is a good formation back then. Clammy Barbecue.
He's changing the play with the wide receiver.
Get
room,
there.
and they get the sack.
I swear to God, this guy's had some good fortunes this game.
Yeah. I feel, he's got a couple good catches. We had a couple. We had two catches too.
Manziel lines up in the pistol. The Vikings from the 37. Manziel's on the move.
He caught that.
What's Sean Lee doing? What's your boy Sean Lee doing?
You want to give him verbal warning?
I would like to.
A group of plays that they like on 3rd and 15 plus. So it could be seams, double moves, plays where you catch the defense by surprise and you can pick up a very
Double L.
first down situation. The Vikings from the 37. Hand off. What a run by Peterson. Defense
Old Clammy Barbecue.
What stadium is this? A Miami Dolphins Super Bowl stadium, I think.
Oh, indeed it is. You know what I like about running this D is there's a lot of adjustments. You get in the feel of the game. Press a lot of buttons. Look, just listen to the buttons.
Yeah.
You've been
Make
hearing
the
him?
music.
Can a guy get an INT?
They stopped the run.
He's writing you a message. Can you call timeout?
Maybe.
They're able to move the chains after that last run. The Vikings will come out in the pistol. The Vikings have it at the 44.
Ooh, nice hit. Separate man from ball.
Good job that time, Jim, by the defender. He hit that receiver so hard that football.
He screams off the edge.
That's why it's incomplete. The big hit by the defender.
What would you call this, the beginning of the year? When'd you have this?
They're changing things here. The quarterback changing. He's giving the receiver some new instructions.
Manziel's now going to
Ew.
leave the pocket and tuck it under. And it falls.
Good play, but I mean, I got over there. No hand on the game. It's tough. Tough in these streets.
A little late.
Not going to take a chance, so be aggressive and maybe get lucky and get a turnover.
Can real adjusty with it. Nah. Who to Max saying the 4-3 never left. 4-3 used to be so strong. Madden 04,
4-3 stack.
4-3 M stack.
No, remember the 4-3 stack? Spread linebackers.
Stuff. 4-3 over plus.
Ooh, that was bold flavors.
Yeah. That's good.
Remember bold flavors? So good.
Third down after the penalty. The Vikings in the pistol formation. The Vikings need to get to the 34 for a first down.
Johnny,
Beating it down the field.
that's on you. No offense.
That's not on me.
Yeah.
That's not me. I got there.
You got it straight. Gotta get in better position.
Debatable.
Does the Titans playbook have good man beaters? Yes, it does. It's got some pretty good stuff. Overall, I would say probably one of the top 5 or so playbooks in the game. Definitely. People seem to really like it. I know some of the guys in the chat run it. MStack put some stuff out in the Brain Trust for it. Gibbs did a free scheme, I think, on it on one of the old TWIM, so definitely
Fake
check
punt.
out.
Fake punt.
Yes. No. All right, give me the rock back.
No chance to return
Yeah?
this one.
That's what we're doing?
I mean, gotta get a touchdown here.
The Giants head onto the field here, Phil, looking for anything positive after what has truly been a
Pistol Ace
I
Twins.
think when you have games like this and you're behind and it's just not gone well for you all day, then you just try to get the game over with, even though you're losing. Because if you keep forcing the issue, it's time to make plays.
They're gonna waggle.
All that can happen is probably bad, and you don't want to get anybody hurt in this situation.
They'll run it here.
Get there.
Picked up a couple that time. He's
All right.
averaging right around 7
You know,
yards
just
per
picking up
carry on
a
the
chunk
game.
at a time.
They'll go right to the hurry up. Won't
Get
use
there.
the timeout.
Tight end, Gronk. Corner. Let's go. Quick in? Sure.
Second down.
Couple drags, kid? Oh, yeah. Ooh, good pass, Lee. I saw you working on that before TWIM.
You know,
You were throwing that upfield like that and then racking it. I'm racking an upfield drag.
a rack in a hard place. You know,
Stuck between a rack and a hard place. That's good, Charles. You just come up with that?
more or less.
That's good, Charles.
Gonna be in the pistol here.
It's probably 2 man under.
They're changing the play to take advantage of something they see on
Got
the
X, got X, got X.
B though too.
God. You did cut that out of
I
bounds.
know.
Open field.
He gave it to me.
How about the way he always locks in and concentrates on the catch?
And he's got hands like glue. When you shake his hand, he can break yours because
The monitor game not doing good.
So not
It's like-
surprised to see him just reach out and just snatch the football.
You need to check those wires, right?
Yeah,
You know,
that's
across
fine.
those wires.
They're pretty. The wires. are pretty
60% on the day. First and 10.
The old muscle way Falls wins games. Just pure stick.
Young's gonna
Get there,
scramble.
Steven. Yeah.
See, I can take a hit.
Oh, yeah. I bet, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Falls, that's, yeah, okay.
Continues to tick away as they'll rush back to the line. The Giants have it at the 24. As the reception
See what I make reads? Unbeatable.
First down. Offense.
June Cab telling me about the Pistol Ace Twins. We're back. We'll just score one. You know. Yeah, let's play 14. Whatever.
And that pass is going out.
Only, only let's play 14. Do a play with a hitch in the slot. Yeah. Little hitchy.
Hitch and go.
No, a little hitch and throw him a bullet pass.
Play number 6 coming up on this
You know
drive.
what I'm saying?
Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one.
Put the.
Second and goal from the 4.
No way.
Running right through the trenches.
Jim, I just want to say this to the quarterback. It's third
This is
down.
the boss,
Place out
Young.
there, throw it away. Do not
He's
force the action.
probably the best quarterback on paper in the game. I would give me somebody else. He carries the ball weird, and he sometimes makes bad throws. Like, very seldomly, but, like, a little more than some of the other guys, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Falls? You did a video about are the Pats top 5 team?
Yeah, you're in it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But the ball is knocked out incomplete.
It's tough.
The Giants know to win in the NFL, you got to pick up third.
It's not a... No, it was a response to the chat.
Third short
We were talking serious business.
Mm-hmm.
not executed very
Do you recall?
well. Now it's fourth
Nope.
down.
I think the Pats are probably a top 7 team. I mean, we don't have the full ratings yet, so I'm just kind of projecting, and I'm just kind of trying to think ahead. I think the Pats are a very good team.
We can call it a day.
Still waiting to see...
Throws the pass.
Good score.
Underneath, but can't find
Yeah?
the mark that time as the pass goes
Yeah.
incomplete.
You're in my vid.
Offense is
Good.
on the field.
It's good. I'll
Victory bell.
plotting the ways to get back. It's alright.
Yeah, it's gotta be great for them.
I think the YouTube comments on youtube.com/zfarrell said that I basically forgot the Pats in my video, in my top 5 video. I don't think I forgot them. I just don't personally think they're in my top 5. I think they're maybe, along with the Packers, my 6 or 7.
Got a big lane.
Along with the Packers are in my top 6 or 7. But I still don't think they're in the top 5.
Well, Phil, I enjoyed watching the game with you, and how about a final
John
thought
Madden.
about that
I
victory?
didn't forget
Well,
them.
you know, Jim, I wish I could say the same, that I enjoyed spending these last 3 hours with you, but that's just
Well,
not the
we
case.
didn't play well together as a
Just
team.
kidding, of course.
We
Nice win.
we weren't.
They
That
got
was not our
the
best
one
combo
game,
either.
uh,
I would say. Playbook
Celebrate a
was.
little tonight.
I think I'll
I
see
mean, we did it for the
If
show.
I had switched a little earlier, I feel like could have done a little better. You know. But overall, a good show, good effort. You had a tough game going. Gave up a lot of yards. I gave up some turnovers. So nobody's at fault here.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to
You gave up
see.
a lot of yards.
You gave up a lot of turnovers.
You gave up a lot of yards.
Let's analyze the tape. Let's analyze the game tape.
Yeah, I mean, I made a bad read in the flat, but I also got a bad throw there.
Like, come on, that's a good read.
No, he threw it before he cut.
I know. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's a
But why do you have Deacon Jones dropping into coverage?
because your lineup is trash.
I mean,
Like, your lineup's trash.
so that's my fault.
No, like, have an optimized lineup is what I'm saying. Like, you have scrubs all over the field.
I
Just
think it was.
so
I
you
think it
get
was too
chemistry.
cute. I think it was too cute.
What?
This coverage. Too many adjustments.
Not really.
Bad user.
What? A hook, 2 flats, a spy? Got the diamond over the middle of the field? That's bad?
It's too cute.
Not cute.
Shout out to T Hayes for the follow.
Like, you're telling me I'm not on that? Like, I'm
You're-
not
you're
there.
not on
I'm
that.
right there.
No,
I'm
you're
like,
not.
green
Right there.
air.
Right there.
I'm sitting. I'm waiting.
No, you lost it. You completely spun around. Strafe, you know you have the heat coming. Don't strafe. Don't turn your body. That's I'm trying to teach you. I'm not like being a jerk. Like you.
Okay.
Where
Okay,
are you using?
I'll give him that. Huh?
Bit.
I'm coming to the slant. I was coming to the slant.
You went. Yeah, you went kind of low. I don't know. If the slant
Well,
was-
I was waiting for the slant, and then I had to drop back. But I thought he was gonna go to the slant.
Yeah. What else? I mean, there's a couple L Fitzes that were definitely, you know,
That one's
Not
tough.
ideal.
That's a tough one. I mean, that's a product of the game right there. Like, I don't blame his read. He saw the pressure and was like, okay, I'm gonna have 1-on-1. That's not like, I can live with this one. The other one where he just blindly threw to his tight end.
Scene, yeah.
That's weird. Good blitz here.
Saucy. That's when I thought we were gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was 4th down, right? Ugh, you need to like hit him more, I guess.
I went contextually. I got contextually where and lost everything.
Yeah.
I went for the first
I
throw.
know, but why call that play against this formation?
What? That's not good. Having double flats, 14 hooks over the middle of the field.
I mean, he could have thrown a touchdown to the right there. He could have thrown it over the middle. I mean, that's not a terrible route. Where are you usering? You're all caught up in the belly of the beast.
No, not.
Yes, you are. That's. I mean, you
I'm
should.
underneath. You're underneath. I'm playing the underneath routes. What?
Nah,
Yes.
that route's short enough. You should be able to get there.
You play the underneath routes. I'm on the underneath pattern. Like, I'm on it. That's the whole point. I'm on that route. Throw the underneath. And then he didn't.
Nah, you let him throw that. What's the down and distance?
Huh?
What's the down and distance?
2nd and 10.
Yeah, you let him throw the drag underneath.
Not how I play D, bro.
I mean, you let up 38.
You had 3 turnovers.
We're not talking about me. I don't care what Michelle's parents like.
Oh, yeah? Eh, Flowers. Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
All right. Does that do it for show 199?
Yeah, we got a couple more. We really should tell them, like, we probably won't be here. Definitely won't be here next week.
Definitely will not
For
be here
TWIM.
next week or the week after.
Or the week after. And
Yes.
then we'll keep you updated.
Yeah, we will stream a little.
I'll be actually gone from the 23rd until the 1st. Or close to that, so.
But we will be back in August for Madden 17. So hit that follow button. It's almost every Wednesday night at 8. It will be for Madden 17. We got TWIM 200 coming up. Big show. Got to do some giveaways. Get you ready for 17. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Any more questions in the chat? Let's go see who we can hit up.
People love the scopes, Files.
Scopes are good. Scopes are legit.
You just rant.
A lot of yelling.
How are we not burnt out in Man 16? Because we're savages, man. Duh. What we do.
All right. We're going to send you over to another stream, and then we'll be back.
See you, dudes.
See you guys later in the week. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. TWIM 199.
We'll see you guys
Bye,
later
guys.
in the week for normal streams.